The whistle blows, the crowd ignites. Underneath those blazing lights, cleats hit the turf, the battle's on. The roar of fans, the beat of hearts, is where the legend always starts. Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, so it's our night. Helmets clash, the sparks they fly. Dreams are made beneath the sky. Every play's a shot to shine. The countdown's loud, the tension's real. This is how the champions feel. Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, so it's our night. Oh, 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 it's our night. Oh, oh, it's our Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter shouts, the mules inside. Friday night lights, oh, it's our night. Whoa, it's our night. It's our night.
Live on the Mules Sports Network, it's Muhlenberg Mules Football 2025. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn, 160 Old Friedensburg Road at 5 Points in Exeter, the home of the best burgers in Berks. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice. Advanced comfort specialists for all of your HVAC needs. And Borelli's Creperie, Deli and Market in Flying Hills. Now to the Mule Sports Network broadcast booth. Here are your announcers. The boys are reunited and it feels so good. Ryan Lineweaver and Patrick Wider.
Well, welcome in. You can enjoy the sultry tones of the Muhlenberg Marching Band right now. I am Ryan Lineweaver alongside Patrick Wider. And Pat, we have football tonight.
Yes, we have football, and I love football, so I'm so excited.
This will be your Muhlenberg Mules. Oh my gosh, Muhlentown, where did that come from? Muhlenberg Mules taking on the visiting Lebanon Cedars. Obviously, the Mules 3-0 to start off this season. Lebanon, of course, 0-3, and in the midst of a 45-game losing streak. Thought we were going to go to commercial after this. Do we have to? So we will talk more about that right after a commercial break here on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious.
All right. We just had some Borelli's, by the way.
Oh my God, their subs. It was incredible. Really good things, Borelli's.
I know that this isn't a live read or anything, but yeah, they had some prosciutto with some prosciutto with some sharp supersat. And listen, I'm all about that life. All about that life. And some sharp provolone on that.
Oh, it was so good.
Whew. A little stank on it, why don't you? Anyway, we are here at Muhlenberg High School. Game 1 of a 7-game homestand for us. How about that, Pat?
I'm excited. I'm so excited that, the next 7 games we come here and, another chance for the Mules to, they got a chance to go 4-0. It's going to be a great opportunity tonight to, get another win for the Mules.
Can't wait for that. Also, we'd be remiss if we did not mention the fact that this is game number 800 in Muhlenberg football history. Not too shabby.
What an accomplishment to play 800 games. That's incredible for this high school, and it's exciting. Rob Flowers are 3-0, and they're one of the best and hottest teams in the Lancaster Lebanon League right now. So it's really fun to come to these games and know you get to call a really good and fun team right now.
The Mules are looking for their 416th all-time victory here this evening.
So they're over 500.
They are over 500. They are 415, 383, and 1 all-time, dating all the way back to post-World War II. 1945 is when they got this program started.
1945, wow.
Not too shabby, huh?
Was Jerry was probably a teenager then in 1945.
No comment.
Just joking.
Anyway, obviously the Mules coming in here. Perfect start so far. They're averaging over 46 points a game and 443 total yards of offense every single game. Week 1, they go out, dominate Schuylkill Valley 45-14. Last week, they go out, and it's 48-0 of Reading High. And then they also shellacked Daniel Boone last week as well. Not too shabby here for the Mules.
No, the Mules have outscored their opponents 144-14 in 3 games. They've not allowed a point in 9 straight quarters. So the last 2 games in the 4th quarter against Schuylkill Valley. So 9 straight quarters of shutouts. So that's pretty good defense. That they're shutting teams down. And the competition hasn't been the best. I think Schuylkill Valley will definitely compete in Section 5 of the Lancaster Lebanon League. But Daniel Boone's a really down program. Lebanon's lost 45 straight games tonight. But, Reading is struggling. But it doesn't matter. You take care of business. You got to play who's on your schedule.
Not too shabby here. It's their first 3-0 start since 2013, which, by the way, last time they were in the district playoffs, which right now they are the 5th-ranked team in District 3. So currently in line to break that streak and can continue rolling along here in game number 4. Meanwhile, Lebanon, talking about streaks, they're going streaking in a different direction and have been for quite a while here. A 45-game losing streak here. Brett Silv in his first year. They've had a bit of a coaching crisis in Lebanon over the past couple of years. They started with Frank Eisenberg. I remember interviewing Frank for the radio station, man of literally few words.
Yes, not much.
It was pulling teeth to get answers out of him in an interview, but they had a 33-game losing streak under him before he resigned. They just have issues over there. They have weight room issues. They have an absence of the booster club that would help the program. There's some disconnect with the youth program. Frank Eisenberg, when he left, basically said, hey, when you work in an urban school district, there are challenges that sometimes people don't always see. I know that you work for a larger school district on their coaching staff. You know, it's a very real thing.
It is. Like, I spent time coaching at McCaskey, and they're really bad. They're struggling this year, and we struggled there. And I coach at York High. It is hard when you're in an urban school, primarily when you don't have the buy-in from the parents and the community that you do. I mean, Muhlenberg has a huge buy-in. Look at Exeter. Exeter's got a huge buy-in. And when you don't have that, it's really hard. And then on top of it, their stadium's getting remodeled this year, so they got to play 10 away games. So they're a struggling program. They've been outscored 96-6 on the year. They have 6 points in 3 games. Offensively, the fourth worst in the LL, 158 points. Offense a game, which is bad. And the state record for losses is 56 straight, and that is
they're
South
coming up.
Philly.
Yeah.
So
They're
that
coming
would-
up close to Ephrata,
Yeah,
and Ephrata hit
yeah.
52 at one point.
Ephrata was 52, and then they won. They beat Northern Lebanon. So Ephrata,
Vikings.
in 2018, they broke their streak. So they're, if they keep losing this year, next year they could break the state record. I hope it doesn't happen. These kids, eventually at some point, I hope not tonight, go Mules, but another night I hope that they could get a win, because it would be incredible for those kids and this coaching staff.
So they had Frank for a number of seasons, 4 of them to be exact. They brought in Tyler Pritchett last year, who they thought was going to be the answer to a lot of their problems. He's a former UNC Division I player, was looking to rebuild, and he ended up resigning after an 0-10 season, citing family reasons.
He took a college job actually down in Georgia.
Yeah. So he specifically came up here and vamonos after 1 year. So his personal family reasons led him to Georgia and a college job apparently as well. So Brett Silv now steps in. He was the interim head coach. He was an assistant under Pritchett. Now he gets to step in here. He has some middle school coaching experience. But, yeah, I mean, they're undergoing a lot of the same things that the Mules did last year. You have new coaching staff. You have a stadium that is being worked on virtually the entire year. We've been to Alumni Stadium multiple times out there in Lebanon. It's a really cool stadium.
I think the history behind it, but it needs a facelift.
It needs a massive facelift, but it's still, like, quietly one of my favorite stadiums to go to.
I do too. I love the
because
history.
I love the history. I love walking underneath the main grandstand because it feels very Franklin Field when you walk through
I
there,
agree.
just like down in Philly. So they really do have a really nice experience at Alumni Stadium. So hopefully they're able to get it spruced up for them. And, parking would be great, but
Yeah.
they have the tiny little parking lot behind the school there that they let us park in, and we're very gracious every time we visit. Didn't have to visit this year, though.
Yes.
Not for us, anyway. And taking a peek at a team not named Lebanon, we know about their struggles here. By the way, all but one of their games so far in that 42-game losing streak entering this season was shortened by a running clock. So
They're not even close.
they're
struggling.
it's a struggle. They started last year with 45 players. They ended in the low 30s.
Yeah. Right now I counted 28.
Yeah, so we'll see how tonight goes. You never really want to see this with any program. Like, you don't want to kick a program when they're down or anything like that. Yeah, I would love to see Lebanon rebuilt. I'd love to see the Cedar Bowl mean something between them and Cedar Crest again. That would be spectacular just for the game of football and Lebanon County athletics. Definitely be looking forward to all of that. Meanwhile, the Mules on a different type of trajectory. 2 years ago, 1-9. Last year, 4-7. They ended up shutting out William Allen in the Eastern Conference 5A, 6A championship. And now they're 3-0, first time since 2013 when they started 5-0. They'll have a chance next week for sure. But at least for now, talk about all the contributors that you've had here. And they're all among the league leaders in stats, by the way. Lancaster Online may not show it sometimes because they go by total receptions instead of yardage. But if you went by yardage, you'd have something special there. But you got Adriel Baez, 3 touchdowns against Daniel Boone last week. Mikey Miller had a $156 receiving week 1. He's been consistent all year round when he's got the ball in his hands. You have Freddie Lacy, Derek Shupp's been great kicking field goals. They're forcing turnovers. They've shut out opponents. What more do we need, Pat?
Yeah, I mean, really, it's a big force. Adrian Baez at quarterback, 625 yards passing, 6 touchdowns on the year. You got Cameron Small, 414 yards rushing. Mikey Miller, 301 yards receiving, and then 84 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns. And don't forget about Fred Lacy, 214 yards and 2 touchdowns. So, yeah, it's those foursome mixed in with other players, and then the offensive line deserves credit. But this is an explosive offense. If you take away the run, Adrian Baez can tear you apart. Take away the pass, Small can tear you apart running along with Mikey Miller. So they have weapons everywhere. They have an experienced line that's big up front. There is a lot to like about this offense.
Speaking of the offense, one person that we didn't really get to name is Cameron Small. We will continue doing the record chase all season long here.
414 so far, right?
He's at 414 through 3 games. His 9 touchdowns lead the entire Lancaster Lebanon League. He had 4 touchdowns against Daniel Boone, 5 the week before. Like, at some point, it just becomes a little silly. He needs a little over 1,200 yards to break the Muhlenberg career record in just 2 seasons. Right now, he could potentially reach that record somewhere super late in the season. He's got to pick up the pace. He didn't run well against Schuylkill Valley because they focused on him. We'll see what tonight brings.
A playoff game would help.
Playoff game most certainly would help. But they'll have a chance here tonight. Lebanon allowing a little under 42 points a game through their first 3 games. And then you have to also consider if the Mules jump out, they barely had Cameron Small play in the second half at all.
Yeah, barely.
You know, they had a lot of starters sitting out starting in the third quarter there, and that's a very real possibility and a detriment that I don't think many people took into consideration when you're like, oh, Cam Small ran for 2,000 yards last year.
Right.
He could break the record this year. It's like, yeah, but he's also playing half games here through the first, at least the last 2 games, if not a little bit of 3.
Right, but how valuable has that been for the Mules? They got a lot of young guys reps the last 2 weeks. It's been incredible. So Rob Flowers loves it because he's getting a lot of guys work.
We'll take a quick break here for the playing of the national anthem, and when we return, we'll talk a little bit more here before the opening kickoff right here on the Mules Sports Network. ready to play ball here in a second.
Yeah, one thing I'm going to mention is tonight is Muhlenberg High School Avidum night, and as a teacher myself, I know a lot about it. Avidum is a 501 nonprofit organization that empowers youth to shatter the silence surrounding depression, suicide, and other issues facing teens. I used to lead a club at York High for 2 years, and so the people that were in the tunnel cheering on the Mules when they ran onto the field were students part of that club. So, and all the coaches are wearing the shirt. So it's a really cool thing that they're doing tonight to promote mental health awareness.
Mules getting ready to hit the field here, wearing their home navies, yellow helmets.
My favorite question of the week, Ryan. Do you kick it to Fred Lacey?
I guess we'll find out what kind of leg their kicker has. I would suspect that it will likely be a squib somewhere up the middle.
I mean, you got Mikey Miller back there who's dynamic too, but I don't know if he's ever returned a kickoff for a touchdown. Lacey has...
I think the answer is a hard pass from the Cedars, either way.
I mean, Lacey has, what, 2? I think 1 in each, against Schuylkill last year and then Schuylkill this year. So he's got 2, and he's had several other long returns.
Well, we know Mikey Miller can go for long yardage, a 73-yard pitch and catch last week.
Yes.
He's averaging, by the way, just under 38 yards a catch.
That's insane. So when he catches it, it's
that's what happens when you have one route and it streaks.
Yeah, right.
No, we did watch Mikey in the first game against Schuylkill Valley take that swing pass out of the backfield and take it to the house.
Incredible.
That was something special. Let's get ready here. And the squib is up the middle. They'll just dive on it. That was Alvarez.
Yeah, Emilio Alvarez just dives on it, One thing I was talking to Andy Burkhart when I was down there, offense coordinator, he talked about, we were talking about how good the receivers have been. He said in the offseason they put the work in. Like Fred Lacey had to learn to play receiver. He struggled with that last year. And he's got so much better with the footwork on how to line up, run routes, and him and Miller are a dynamic pair at receiver.
Taking a peek at the Muhlenberg starters here for this evening. Your offensive line, Trent Stoyer at left tackle, Xavier Otero at left guard, Connor Kantner at center, Jeffrey Collado at right guard, and Tony Ferreira at right tackle. Wide receivers, Alexis Cantras, Fred Lacey, Michael Miller, Christian Coley at tight end, Baez at the helm, and Small in the backfield as well. It looks like they will go Wildcat formation with Small and Trips left. They'll put Miller in motion. Fake the pop pass. It'll just be Cam Small going off right tackle, gets a couple of yards.
Yeah, that was
They tried something.
That was unbalanced. On that side, you got guard, tackle to the right. On the left side, you just got a guard, tight end, and then trips. So you get the extra blocker on that side. You have your quarterback split out as a receiver. That's how they started last week's game, too.
I remember that play in Madden. Little Wildcat with the drag across there.
What's going on here?
Now they're...
Something's
I don't think he's...
72.
Yeah, it's not an eligible receiver. They are just going to swap out.
Yeah, Otero had to leave for something, maybe an equipment thing. So Julian Baez comes in now.
Baez will swap places with him. It looks like he's actually going over to the trainer. Baez fakes the throw. The handoff is to Small, who scampers forward. About 2 yards short of the first down. It'll be third and short.
He kind of lost his balance there towards the end as well. So, but 3rd and 3, really manageable play here for the Mules.
2 touches, 7 yards.
What a beautiful night.
And it does look to be equipment from Otero as they fix up his knee brace. Might have been a little bit loose. Or if it wasn't the brace, they are strapping it back together as this is, once again, Cam Small. Look at this pancake block all the way back on the M, by the way.
That is Tony Ferreira.
Yeah, that's a heck of a block by Ferreira. He's just laying on top of the poor guy. And instead it's Cam Small going down to the 41.
So it's Wildcat and power. They're just pulling the backside guard. Good run by Small, and they're in business. They're not messing around. They just go, hey, let's go run our quarterback. Run our running back, excuse me.
Baez alone in the backfield. QB keeper looking for a little bit of space. He's dancing around. He's going to get spun down. If he got anything, it's back to the original line of scrimmage and nothing more. It'll be second down.
Now, not much. Good job by the interior D-line there of Lebanon, so you get it much here.
Second down and 10. This time we go trips right. Baez in the gun. Baez. Little screen pass out there to Lacey. Lacey takes a block from Miller and is able to scoot out of bounds after a gain of about 6 or 7.
Nice block by Mikey Miller. He sealed the edge, and, that's a good play there. Fred Lacey, like I mentioned a couple minutes ago, Ryan, he looks so much more comfortable playing receiver compared to last year. He's comfortable. He's running good routes, and that was a nice play there to now get a third and manageable.
3rd and 3. Baez, the draw to Small. Small runs over his own blocker. He's across the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Cam Small, his 10th touchdown of the year, and it's 6-0 Mules.
Touchdown Mules!
That, he literally ran over one of his own blockers. He just said, hey, come on, let's keep going. Pushed him over and kept going.
Yeah, great block, though, by Alexis Cantris there. He was on the edge. It looked like maybe get a holding, but he didn't. He pancaked the guy, defensive back. There was a little RPO there. They ran a bubble off of it, so it looked like a read. And Baez obviously made the right read by giving the ball to Cam Small, which you could never go wrong with.
Not this year. Kick is up, kick is good. It's 7-0 Mules.
You know, that's something we haven't seen. We haven't seen the bubble RPO offense. So they ran an RPO there. Baez, hand the ball to Small, right up the field. That's what you got to do to take care of business against a team that you should dominate.
It is every single week here that we just see new wrinkles in the offense. Like I said, you watch week 1, you're not finding plays. I mean, you're going to find a lot of plays that they did. There are certain plays that are pretty standard week to week to week, right? But these types of plays that they're breaking out on their opening drive, like these are not the same plays that you're seeing week in, week out. They're not the same plays that we saw last week. We saw Wildcat a little bit, right, against Boone for sure, but didn't see any of it week 1. So they just keep adding in wrinkles every single week to that playbook, and it's going to be really hard to scout them late in the season.
Well, I think what Coach Flowers does is he empowers his coaches. He's not going to sit there and call plays. I'm sure he has insight on offense and defense, but he empowers Coach Burkhart. Hey, let's do this. Empower your staff to go make these decisions, and you see it each week that they're getting better and better at offense. It's coaching, it's culture because they've all bought in, and the players are buying in, and it's really exciting to see.
Shupp lining up, booted away. High end over end. It'll take a bounce around the 20. Fielded around the same, trying to go to the right. Gain of about 5 on the play. It was Cortez picking it up and got a couple.
Yeah, coming out here for Lebanon, it's been a struggle on offense. They're only averaging 158 yards of offense, so they haven't got much going running or passing. So we'll see what the Cedars do tonight.
Well, they now face a Muhlenberg defense that has not allowed a point in 9 quarters, as you mentioned in the pregame here. Collado and Quinona as your defensive ends. Otero and Baez the interiors. Burr, Alvarez, Small, your linebackers. Lacey and Joseph, your cornerbacks. Zona and Miller floating around at safety.
What now?
And once again, we got another potential uniform issue here as Quinones coming off the field.
I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea either. They'll replace him along the line.
Oh,
and a flag. They did have Brittle in motion. Brittle, sorry.
When I was at the Harrisburg IMG game, several players on both sides, receivers had no knee pads in. And the referees kept sending them out to put knee pads in because the receivers trying to get, and it happened several times. and they're like had to go put knee pads in the middle of the game. And so I get why they don't want the knee pads, but it's there to protect you, obviously. They didn't give them a flag; they just made them go, change their equipment.
1st and 15 after the false start. Trips left out of here. Well, the Muhlenberg Marching Band taking me right back to high school as the run off the right side nearly got decapitated. Ball's on the ground. Burr picks it up. It's going to be blown dead around the 29-yard line. Not too bad there by Klisch. We'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, Anthony Klisch, it's a little zone read. He pulled it and got 10 yards. Nice run. Klisch comes in with 98 yards passing, 1 interception, not much rushing, so good positive play for the Cedars.
If you can't tell, they're playing Stacy's Mom by Fountains of Wayne.
Oh, no, I know.
That's a choice for a high school marching band. 2nd down and 5. 2 wide receivers split out to either side. 1 in motion. They'll try to use the motion man, that little jet sweep, not being fooled as Cam Small. It takes him down in the backfield.
Cam Small read it. Wasn't a blitz. He just read it, came up and made the tackle. And so they got 10. Now they lost 6. So 3rd and 11.
That's a bummer. About 8 minutes left to play here in the first. Trips right now for Lebanon. Obvious passing down on their own 23-yard line. Klisch in the gun. Surveys to his right, looking. Moves up into the pocket. Now he's looking to his left, gets rid of it. Finds a receiver around midfield. Bouncing around like a pinball off a couple of Mules and finally stood up. Forward progress marks him around the 30. Well, the referee here on the near side keeps shuffling his feet to the right. I think they gave him to the 32. It'll be 2 yards still shy, 4th down.
Well, that kills you getting that false start the first play, and then you're trying to dig out that hole. Klisch looked nice, though. He rolled to his left and waited for the receiver to get open and threw a nice pass. But
kept his eyes downfield.
Yeah, didn't get much yardage, though.
Low snap, bobbled, picked up, hit immediately. It's going to be a turnover on downs. Burr immediately back there, and it was, I'm in danger almost immediately.
It's just, when you're a struggling team, you can't do that. And now you get the Mules, who's got already one of the best offensive links in Lebanon League, the ball to 16.
It's unfortunately how you end up in a 45-game hole.
Yeah,
is things like that. I mean, the first time I ever, Jerry can probably back me up. The last time I ever swore on air was at Alumni Stadium. And that was a punt return by the Cedars where a kid was standing inside his own 5-yard line and left it bounce in front of him rather than picking it up, and it died at the half-yard line. So he had to go and pick it up, and he took it back into the end zone, immediately tackled. Swing pass out here to Miller. Miller shoved out just shy of the near pylon. It'll be 1st and goal at the very least. But Baez to Miller paying dividends again.
You gotta love how they go. They're sideline to sideline. It's
the Chip Kelly offense.
It's the Chip Kelly. It's the Art Briles offense of just going sideline to sideline, and then they stretch you sideline to sideline, and then between the tackles, who's going to run the ball? Cameron Small. Cameron Small's going to run the ball. Oh wait, did we have? Oh, penalty.
Yep.
Okay.
Will be a holding penalty on the Mules.
And so go sideline to sideline. You got to stop that. But then in between the tackles, who's running the ball? Cameron Small. And that's what makes them so hard to defeat, because they can do both. They're not just running between the tackles, they're also stretching the field sideways.
I said Chip Kelly's big thing is the field is as wide as it is long at some parts, right?
Yep.
Especially when you're dealing with your offense. So why not wear out a defense, running all sorts of drag routes and stuff like that, just working across formations.
I didn't realize Mikey Miller got a little dinged on that play, so he's coming out.
Miller is running it off, so hopefully nothing to be done there. He's not immediately being looked at by the trainers on the sideline either, as they were attending to him down there. So after the injury timeout, stop the clock with 6:47 left here in the first.
I love the scoreboard. That's such a nice scoreboard.
That's what happens when you renovate a stadium.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what Alumni Stadium may have in store for a new scoreboard, but they could certainly use one out there.
Yes, oh, they could.
They still change light bulbs in that one. Cam Small taking the handoff and untouched. 19 yards to the house. And it's 13-0 Mules. Sorry if I don't sound excited over it. I very much am. But feels like we're watching the same play week after week after week. Untouched for 6.
Touchdown Mules! You got to give credit to that offensive line again. That was a massive hole. I think, Ryan, you could have ran through that hole.
Probably.
Huge.
Jerry could have ran through it. Chris could have ran through it. Our camera operator,
I gotta
Bradley,
give
could have run through it.
Tony Ferreira is a massive human being, 6'8", 304, right tackle. And he's palmerizing kids. And he's a really talented offensive tackle. And you can see he's gotten so much better from last year. So that offensive line deserves a lot of credit. And then you add a dynamic running back, that's what happens.
What do you think, Chris? Can we go to break? Let's take a quick break. 14-0 Mules, 6:43 left here in the first. More to come on the Mules Sports Network.
Life moves fast. Your insurance should keep up. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, Brad Coley shops over 30 top-rated carriers to find the right coverage for you. Home, auto, business, life. Whatever you need, they've got your back. Real service, real savings, real fast. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice.
Kick is away here as we're back after another Cam Small touchdown, and fantastic job on the return there. As beating his chest was Ian Rodriguez coming up making the stop.
You know, when you think about how different this team was compared to 2 years ago, it's not just the offense, defense, special teams have been better. It's attention to detail and everything. So, here you go.
It's a big night around Section 2 here as Exeter has just taken a 7-0 lead on Governor Mifflin with a little over 7 minutes left in the first in that one. But two interesting Section 2 matchups, let's put it that way, because the first one could have potential playoff implications as well. The Conestoga Valley taking on Ephrata, CV leading that one 7-0 over the Mounts right now in the first quarter. As Pat decided to watch a Borelli's commercial here.
Well, I put the extra game on as well on my laptop, so I'm curious to see how they do. But, you know, it is interesting, like you said, in Section 2.
Well, that's the other game. We need to know how good Governor Mifflin is. They lost last week. We need to know these types of things, and I'm sure that Coach Flowers would love to know exactly where Mifflin kind of stacks.
I can't wait for next week to see, you know, you got to finish this one out. But, you know, it's going to be exciting to see where the Mules stack up against Mifflin, because Mifflin is a good football team. They beat a 6A team last week, Hemphill.
As always.
So they're always a physical, tough team.
This one, handoff up the middle. That one to Cameron Buckmoyer. Runs into a swarm.
That's a Lynxer Lebanon name, Buckmoyer.
Buckmoyer, he should play for Conestoga Valley.
Yeah, he'd fit right in there.
That's more of like a Solanco,
Yes.
Conestoga Valley, a good Southern Lancaster County
Yes,
name.
exactly.
Is what you need there.
He got 4 yards though.
4 or 5 yards. Second down.
Have they always been the Cedars?
What, Lebanon?
Yeah.
Lebanon has always been the Cedars.
Okay, I didn't know. I think that's a
I
weird
mean,
name.
for obvious reasons, well, come on, you're a history teacher. The country of Lebanon has the cedar tree as their flag. That one, a dead duck that just flung out into the flat, made it past the line of scrimmage.
It looked like maybe a miscommunication. I don't know.
I think he was just looking to Cam Burr was closing in fast. He was blitzing off the edge on that one. He was picked up at the last second, but I think that additional pressure just got Cooper Burr, sorry.
No,
I'm going to continue doing that. I am so sorry to the Burr family. You have two kids right next to each other in age, and one of them played baseball, and I just called Muhlenberg baseball 2 years ago. That's what happens. And we're going to have potentially a false start here. Muhlenberg stepped forward, but
Quiones, he
we'll see if they walk him back or forward. Stripes will talk about it around the 30-yard line.
Oh no, false start.
And they'll blame Lebanon.
We're Lebanon. They
Well,
can't catch a break.
that takes their 3rd and 6 and turns it into 3rd and 11. And now a passing down.
Second straight drive, you had a false start. It's like you can't, when you're struggling already and you can't get any momentum, it's hard when you have false starts then.
I believe we are the only 14-0 game across the Lancaster-Lebanon League right
You're
now.
right.
Trips left here for the Cedars. Klisch will look that direction, still looking, firing into the flat, has a man, Mikey Miller, takes him down from behind. Throwing well behind the sticks, trying to catch him out wide there, get a couple blockers out front, I guess, and Mikey Miller was game.
Well, we talked to Cooper Berth in the game, and he said they have a chart that they keep track of tackles, and you notice it. Like they're a way better tackling team. They're a way better tackling team than last year. Like that's a great open field tackle by Mikey Miller, and we've seen Cooper Burr do that. We've seen Cam Small do that constantly. They're a really better, a lot better open field tackling team. So that's exciting to see.
Yeah, that was one-on-one from behind.
Yes, and he chased him down and made the play.
Not too shabby there. Miller will sit back around the 40-yard line.
Along with number 15, which is Caleb Perez, sophomore. He got a lot of playing time last week in the second half as a receiver DB.
Well, we'll see if they can hit their punter in the hands this time. They do. The kick is away. It's a short one. Bounces around the 47-yard line and picked up by the Cedars at the 45.
He punted that thing quick.
Yeah, he did. He was super close to the line of scrimmage, and that's what you run into when you can't snap to your punter. You have to move him up a little bit, and then you're quick kicking this entire time. And there's itty-bitty living space back there for them to get it away. Mules up 14-0 here. 4:57 left in the first. We're about a full minute behind here on our minute counter. And just like that, we've almost fixed it. Snap is to Baez, handoff to Miller. Miller off right tackle, breaks one. Trying to break a second, does so, and then finally brought down around the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 14.
Yeah, you bring Small, Cameron Small in motion, the dynamic guy, and then you give the ball to Mikey Miller. A little no huddle, I like this. Mix
Miller, his first carry, going for 14. Small will go back to the backfield. Baez across the middle to Coley, and it's off his hands. It's off of Brunell's hands. And finally onto the turf.
Good throw by Baez. Coley's got to come down and catch that. Like a small thing I noticed, and this is stuff I noticed I used to coach, was Coley went back, so they only had 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, and right away Mikey Miller went on the ball. A year ago, they might not have done that. They used to have so many procedure penalties, and they don't do that nearly as much this year.
They'll put Coley in motion from right to left. Handoff is to Small. Coley will seal off that edge. He's ahead across the 25, close to the 24, I believe they'll mark him. Gain of 7.
Yeah, they pull the backside guard, and then Coley leads up too. I mean, that's how good a blocker he is, to have your tight end come in, seal it, so you can run behind him. So you run behind your offensive lineman and Coley.
This time Coley will set up on the left-hand side of the line, trips right. Lacey in the slot. They will go to Lacey. Lacey with Miller out in front of him. Breaks one, has the first down and a little bit more. Inside the 20 goes Fred Lacey.
A buddy of mine, when I used to coach football, said a guy like Lacey, you can't catch in a phone booth because they're so quick, and that's how he is. He's so quick in space, and you just can't catch him. And there's a defender they're going to tackle him, and he makes one guy miss and gets your first down.
Not an awful lot on that one, but they didn't need much for Lacey as his second catch of the evening. Now they go trips left. Mikey Miller in the gun by himself. Gets a decent block that time, and off to the races. It's 20-0 Mules.
Yes, Jeffrey Collado let up. Wasn't the best block, but all you got to do is get a piece. He got a piece of the linebacker. That's the only guy who had a shot. And Mikey Miller scores. Touchdown Mules! Come on, Ryan, we're loving this.
Mikey Miller, 2 touches, 32 yards, and a tutty. And we're at a 3-score game here with 3:39 left in the first. These games are a lot more fun, Pat. I don't know. I don't know about you. These games are a lot more fun to call than 2 years ago. That's for sure. Shup's kick is up and through. It's 21-0.
Think about these. Now, Cameron Small wasn't here yet.
He was not.
And Lacey wasn't here, but think of like Mikey Miller. His sophomore year.
They had Kyle Archie outside.
One win, and now they got 4. And if they hold on tonight, that'll be 4 wins already, and they have 6 games left. So if you're going out football, your sophomore year, everybody's hyping Mikey Miller up, 1 win. Then he comes back his junior year, gets 4. And his senior year, they're already at 4 if they can hold on here with 6 more to go. So it's exciting times.
We are now officially the only 21-0 game in the Lancaster-Lebanon League. Wilson leading Reading 7-0. Cedar Crest over Penn Manor 6-0. Hempfield leading McCaskey in a battle of your Lancaster County, Lancaster City schools.
I coached at both.
Hempfield up by a point. Exeter over top of Mifflin 7-0, and Conestoga Valley over the Mounts of Ephrata 7-0 as well in the first quarter. And that one's going to be super interesting. That one has playoff implications written all over it.
I think
one of those
Ephrata
teams,
is
both
talented.
of them undefeated. Only one of them is going to come away unscathed here. We'll see exactly who it is. Kickoff taken inside the 15. Little juke to the outside, and it wasn't too bad there by Cortez, but Muhlenberg all over it.
The coaching in Section 2 is incredible. And Chris Miller took over when they had that long losing streak, and he's made them in a perennial playoff team. You got Matt Bauer's an incredible coach at Exeter. Skapansky at Conestoga Valley's got them playing well. You got Flowers here. Morrissey blew me away at Media Day how awesome he was. I mean, you got fantastic coaches in Section 2. And it's going to be competitive all year, and it's going to be fun to see who wins that.
Lacey coming in late from the sideline. Cedars will put a man in motion. They will throw out into the flat. They will get away from 1 tackler, make it 2 tacklers as Burdell again able to stiff arm his way out of bounds. Gains a whole 3 feet, it looks like.
Well, the thing it is
make it 6,
the
sorry.
Mules are daring them. They're going 0 coverage. They're manning them up, and they're saying, hey, what can you do? We dare you.
Yeah, 1v1.
And Mikey Miller's such a good athlete. He can run with the guy and still close and make tackles. It's incredible to come out here and see that. Now you come back, they got a traditional 2-high look here.
They do with a 2-high look with Miller and Zona. They will hand the ball off left tackle there with the misdirection. Up across the 30 goes Buck Moyer. It'll be 3rd down. Now, we've seen this play out twice already from the Cedars. Is there going to be a penalty here on 3rd down? It's probably weighing on their coaching staff's mind right now.
3rd and 5. They haven't got a first down yet.
Haven't gotten a first down, but they do have 2 third down penalties that have neutralized any chance that they've had.
Exeter's now up 14-0 on Mifflin.
2 options to either side. I think that they had a man go a little early. They'll go that direction. They have him, and he's off to the races and gone.
How you live?
69 yards to the house, and the Cedars are on the board. Your shutout streak broken, but I will argue if you look at the replay, he was off the line early.
Malachi Bridell is a good athlete. I remember him last
Have
year.
I been pronouncing it wrong the
Bridell?
entire time?
What'd
Is
you
it
say?
Bridell?
What'd you say?
Bridell.
I don't know, but he's a good.
I thought you knew something
I think
didn't.
it's Bridell. I don't know, but he's a good athlete. I remember him last year. I think he got 1 or 2 touchdowns. And when you live and die by the sword, that's what happens. They were going 0 coverage. Mikey Miller's one-on-one, and he ran a seam route right by him for the touchdown.
It was a nice throw there, too.
Beautiful throw.
Because that was just Klisch throwing into space, but 69 yards.
It's hard.
And it looks like they're going to eject a player here
What?
for another reason. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but
He's
that's
ejected?
Elliot Rosario. He was asked to leave the field. I don't
Just
exactly.
kicked off.
Yeah, he wasn't not ejected,
You said
ejected, but he
ejected.
was.
I was like, wow,
well,
what did he do?
He was removed from the
I
field
think he's
for
going to
some
spit
reason.
like the way, what's his name did for the Eagles.
Listen,
remember
Dak
that?
spit first. Don't even get me started.
What about the Florida player? He did that against USF.
Spot is down. The kick is up. And
So
the
they get
kick
their second
is
touchdown of the year.
Through. How about that? 69 yards to the house.
It's hard when you run 0 coverage because you can get beat deep like that. As good as athlete as Mikey Miller is, Bridell's a good athlete. You know,
Just a
Bridell,
track meet.
Right.
It's just the track meet.
Right. Bridell is a type of receiver that if he came over here, he'd start for Muhlenberg. He's a nice receiver.
All right, I'll
And
start
so,
calling him Bridell because you are.
Okay.
Need to stay consistent here.
Sorry.
If we're going to get it wrong, we're going to get it wrong together.
Yeah, but anyways, he's a nice player. So, nice play there and a good play for the Cedars. So now we're, in a somewhat ball game, 21-7.
21-7, 2:38 left here in the first. Now we're definitely the only 21-7 game in the league.
Yeah.
I'll just keep beating that joke into the ground. Let's roll with it. Going back through some of the scores here, YO leading those Vikings of Northern Lebanon, who we talked about a little bit earlier, 21-0 in the first quarter. Twin Valley over top of my Elko Raiders, 14-0 after one. LS beating Donegal 10-0 in the first. No update between Boone and Octorara, but I would assume Octorara the favorites in that.
Yeah, a little shocker here. Columbia 7, Lancaster Catholic 0.
The Octorara game, that was the one where he got yelled at in this press box for cheering too loudly.
Oh, me?
Uh-huh.
Did it doink the field goal? And I was like, oh, my God. I got yelled at.
They did doink the field goal.
I
This one,
got
a squib
scorned.
kick taken in by Lacey all the way back around the 11. He's got a slam, or sorry, not by Lacey, by Mikey Miller. Slams on the brakes, now goes to the right, a la Barry Sanders. A big flag getting thrown about 20 yards into the backfield behind the play. Probably something that you really don't want to see is right here. And I'm not sure if you can see it, and you cannot, but it would most certainly be Fred Lacey hobbling off the field, now taking a seat.
Yeah, it looked like he messed up his ankle. He planted wrong or something.
So Lacey will most certainly not be out there, at least for the start of this series. We'll keep a close eye on how he does. He hasn't even been seen by training staff quite yet.
Yeah, they are. They're talking to him now. I
Well,
like
one now is.
Yeah.
Before it was the coaches.
Oh, he's good now. He's ready to go.
Well-
He goes right back in.
Rub some of those magic rubber pellets. They're going to hold Lacey off the field for now.
Get a break. Get some water. Chill
Yeah,
out for a couple
just
plays.
make sure that you're close enough to 100 before you get back out there. Don't do anything silly. That could jeopardize the rest of the year. You're up 21-7. Once again, handoff, little juke to the left-hand side. Nice tackle. And trying to see exactly who that was. Of course, he won't turn his jersey, but that was Castillo on the wrap-up. But yeah, really nice wrap-up there of Small, and probably, quite possibly, saves the touchdown there, because if not, he was through that gap and off to the races again.
What they're trying to do is just bring the house, bring 7 guys. And the problem with that is when you do that, there's nobody in the next level. Like right now, there's nobody in the linebacker position because they're bringing them to try to stop the run.
They'll throw it out to Lacey. Lacey gets a nice block from Miller. And I think that we're still going to have this one come back, unfortunately, regardless of what Lacey does. He's across midfield to the 45, but a big old flag back at the other 35.
You got to keep those hands inside. You get them outside, they're going to call holding.
Yeah, that's exactly what ended up happening. You could see it clear as day. That flag comes in on one of those sideline plays where you got blockers out in front. Almost always the case.
When I coach receivers, I would have the kids on knees and work on hand fighting, and then just like, because of their legs, they can drive them and just work on hand fighting, work on the positioning of your hands. Because if you get your hands outside and the guy runs away, it looks like holding, and you're going to get called every time.
So that will march this one all the way back. Not quite sure if the Mules know where they're setting up. It'll be all the way back at the 24. Second down and about 3 in that case.
Yeah, it's a spot foul, so you don't, go all the way back. But a little sloppiness here by the Mules. Got to clean that stuff up, when you play really good teams. I got him to jump.
And another flag.
They got 7
Bye.
guys they're trying to attack, and they're leaving 4 to cover. And there's just nobody in the linebacker position. So if Small breaks through, it's off to the races.
It's a choice, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, you have to do something. You decide to go back in coverage, play too high. Cam Small's going to gash you by not putting anyone stacking the line. You stack the line. If he breaks through, he's into the second level and he's off.
I think Schuylkill had the best plan when they had
just
a
going
5-2,
man-to-man.
Well, they had a 5-2 basically, and they had the linebacker and blank on the kid's name, and he just shadowed. And that's the best way to shut down Small. Now you got to have that player. They don't have that player. I'm blanking on that linebacker's name. He was a heck of a player.
And I think they were just going to get a timeout here from the coaching staff, yeah.
Yeah.
Mules, even after all that time, seemed unsettled in the huddle and will need to revisit all of that with their coaches here with 1:04 left in the first. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back after the timeout right here on the Mules Sports Network.
Life moves fast. Your insurance should keep up. At Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, Brad Coley shops over 30 top-rated carriers to find the right coverage for you. Home, auto, business, life. Whatever you need, they've got your back. Real service, real savings, real fast. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group, the power of choice.
Back from your moment of zen. That's your type of thing. Cam Small, some patient running behind his blockers. Gets through one. We're going to have another flag in the backfield. That's going to be a hold against the Mules.
That was really late, but all right. I mean, he was already the linebackers and they call holding. I mean, all right.
Maybe he had trouble picking it out of his pants. I don't know.
Little sloppiness here by the Mules.
And we'll move them back. And it's right around the line of scrimmage, so you can walk them back 9 yards from the OG. Second down and forever. They're backed up into the 7 Brew parking lot like everyone else here in Muhlenberg Township. Some shifty running that time from Small, gets back to around the original line. It'll be second down.
Yeah, nice solid run. So now you got 2nd and 10 here. This should be the last play of the quarter.
Cam Small somewhere around 100 yards rushing. I'll have to double check my
He's
stats.
slacking. I can still see his tweets. It just is
Just
blocked.
laughing. Pat has Jeff Reinert's Twitter feed pulled up here, and it just says Jeff Reinert has blocked you. Mikey Miller trying to cut back inside. So inside the 35. That'll be the last play of the quarter here. We can view all the public posts from Jeff Reinert, but you were blocked from engaging with Jeff. What'd you do to that guy? My God.
It's a long story. I can't share.
Story for the second quarter
Oh,
here,
jeez.
which is coming up right after this. 21-0 Mules when we return on the Mules Sports Network.
God, Exeter is fantastic.
Life moves
You know,
fast.
a lot of people say when you're going somewhere, you
Your
don't want to look
insurance
back. But I beg to differ. For her to see her father celebrate his graduation, it's the best feeling in the world. I can't lie and say it was easy. But sometimes you just have to stop everything and take it in. I looked at everything in a different light. And I realized it started with me going back and getting my high school diploma.
Third down and short for the Mules. Coming back here. Just talking about how Pat is going to be the sideline reporter for an upcoming Exeter game.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Ryan, you'll be in State College for a thing, and then
I'll be back at
we'll
Penn
have
State.
We'll have the Exeter crew, and they're gonna have me be the sideline reporter. So I'm gonna love it. I'm just gonna walk around, and they're gonna throw down to me at quarters, and I'm gonna get breakdowns.
Couldn't have had a better week for me to be out of the county. This time, Small trying to find space to his left. Breaks one across the 45, across midfield now. 40, 30. And we're going to have a flag
think
thrown
horse
back
collar.
around the 30.
Maybe holding.
And we'll see. There's one mule down on the ground, back about 5 yards shy of where they threw the flag. This has to be, I would imagine, if the flag was thrown somewhere in the general vicinity, it'll be against the Cedars.
Yeah, that run is what you see every week from Small. He was patient, and then hit it. And then when he gets in, he has elite track speed. I'd love to see what he runs 100 in. And he just took off. Is it,
And
oh,
we're going to
chop
have
block.
a chop block against the Mules.
You can't. The only time you could chop block is inside the box. So if the DB was going down and tried to chop block somebody in the open field, you can't do that. You're not allowed to in high school football because you could really hurt somebody. Only way you're allowed to do it is inside the tackle box. They get the first down though. Just take a little yardage off.
It's 33 yards, and that one nearly coming down with it. Just wanted to let that play out. Lacey was going up for it.
That is one of their favorite plays. Inside guy smash. Inside guy runs a corner route, and the outside guy runs a comeback. And it was a beautiful throw by Baez. Great effort by Lacey, just couldn't come down with it.
Baez 3 for 5 in the early going.
Baez is so comfortable throwing on the run.
Well, it's
Like, some kids are good at it. He's really good at it. And he could run to the left and throw it too. That's just really hard for a right-handed quarterback, but he could do it.
Coley in motion. And we're going to have an encroachment here on the Cedars, I would imagine, as that was Brickle crossing the line a little bit early. Walking 5 yards back. I think it's 2nd and 5 now after the incompletion. Once again, I know that we bring this up every single week, but Coley bringing in the play from the sideline must feel like old hat to him.
Yeah, former quarterback. He is an interesting kid. I'll tell you some stuff about him. He gets really excited.
Vega in here in the slot. They'll fake to Vega. Handoff is to Small. Small, look at that acceleration all the way down to the 20-yard line. Another 15 yards for Cam Small.
What are the college coaches doing? Why aren't they offering this kid? To me, at worst case, he's a PSAC kid. At worst. Like, you don't think he can play it at Millersville or Kutztown? I think he can for sure.
I don't see why not. I mean, I still have contacts down to Franklin and Marshall. They replaced their head coach.
Yeah. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Get
Coach,
the Ryan Lyon Weaver special.
Coach Tom no longer down there. Oh, I tried pitching him a kid before.
Oh.
Baez, this one a floater coming back
Ah!
to it is, I believe it's Mikey Miller, and we're going to have a flag thrown on the celebration after he spins the football in the end zone.
Let the kid. What is this, the NFL? Let the kids have some fun. Come on. No touchdown. No, they're going to go pass interference. I don't know. They were jostling for the ball, and he just goes up and gets it.
Okay, it's a late flag. That flag was thrown after he spun the football. So if you're thinking about throwing a flag, you might want to throw it when the contact actually happens. I'm not sure if it's that much to ask.
It wasn't the best throw. I think it
wasn't.
I think it might have slipped out of his hand. Mikey Miller just too big, too physical for the corner.
I mean, what do you want trying to come back for it?
Come on.
I don't know what you like. Both players have opportunity.
Personal
and it's a personal
foul. What are you talking about?
Listen, both players have an opportunity for
Personal
that kind
foul.
of lame duck football that was thrown up there.
That's a horrendous call. Are you kidding me? What did he do to get a personal foul? Come on.
Honest to God, I have no idea.
That's outrageous.
I watched the entire play from start to finish. I watched them jostle in the end zone.
It's 2 penalties?
They hit him with dual penalties, one personal foul, one unsportsmanlike, and that is a 30-yard penalty.
That is outrageous. Those referees are I can't believe they did that. He did nothing wrong. Okay, maybe the spinning of the ball, but come on. Right? Am I wrong, Ryan? Am I wrong? Chris, am I wrong? I just don't get it.
I don't know what they're looking at.
You care more about yourself than you do the players. God.
Well, the opposite way, they were backed up at 7 Brew. Now they're in the Chick-fil-A parking lot as Cam Small has a little bit further to go to get back to the sticks, apparently.
I don't know. How could you get unsportsmanlike? I don't understand.
I can understand the unsportsmanlike after the play.
What was the other one?
That I have no idea.
How do you get 30 yards? What did he do?
It's like the scene, if you've seen The Replacements, where they all commit personal foul penalties at the very start, and they have to rattle off all the numbers. It was kind of like that, except with penalties instead of players. Miller in motion. They will throw to Miller out into the flat. Makes a one-handed grab. He's ahead of the 40, inside the 35. Just to make that catch, that's pretty darn impressive from Mikey Miller.
Surprised they didn't call a penalty. Great catch by him. The throw was high. He got his arm up there, made a great catch.
I think Baez, we won't be able to watch the replay, but if you watch the replay, he did have somebody kind of entering that space. Yes. So I think that he felt like he needed to throw it a little bit behind Mikey Miller just based on where the defender was. And because of that,
you got to catch that.
Need the circus catch.
It was a lateral.
Yeah.
That would have been a fumble. So 3rd and a mile still because of the refs.
The Cedars throwing their cornerbacks all the way back around the 20-yard line. Screen pass is thrown to Cam Small.
God.
He's across the 15. The 10. They have the first down after a first.
Touchdown!
Oh, they get in.
He broke through. Wow, what a play by Cameron Small. Oh, my God.
Wow. First down and 40, and they still score.
Wow.
Okay.
What a play by Cameron Small. Touchdown Mules. I'm going to miss watching that kid play next year.
He completed a pass for what, 2, maybe 3 yards?
That is an
incredible
run.
Cam Small taking it to the house off of the screen pass.
That is, when we were at Media Day, they said, I forget one of the kids, I think it was Mikey Miller. Mikey Miller goes, people don't realize Cam Small can catch the ball too. And he can. They set up the screen to him, and everything trips, set the screen, and then he had the first down, and I don't know how he got in. It's incredible.
Still trying to figure out what the foul was. That even led to the first down and 40, but here we are. Yeah, we're gonna. I think we found our heat check play of the game. That's going to come in the fourth quarter thanks to advanced comfort specialists. But
That was
I think you were looking for giving, some type of effort to multiple players. I think that the entire team on that
Yes.
drive.
Well, he had a spin. He had that you kind of saw it all there. He caught it. He made somebody miss. He spun, and then the last part of it looks like he broke 2 tackles.
Third touchdown of the day for Cam Small.
And the referee didn't take that one away.
Ref did not take that one away. He also didn't spin it after he scored. Maybe that had something to do with it. Don't know what else there was. I'm sure I'll go back and watch it later. This kick going out of bounds, illegal procedure. They'll start on the 35-yard line, I believe.
He's gonna give Coach Flowers a lot of stuff to talk about because this is their 4th or 5th penalty.
Well, let's see how many times they can flip the cheerleader here. They're at 3. Yeah. It's getting the crowd involved. I'll give them that much.
Can I call this blowout Friday? A lot of blowouts.
I think 7 is the official
All right.
end there. Yeah, Anvil Cleona over Hamburg, 21-0. Exeter over Mifflin, 22-0. Conestoga Valley leading effort at 21-7. Wilson over Reading, 28-0. Shocker there. Hempfield over McCaskey, 28-6. The Birds, Cedar Crest over Penn Manor, 20-7. And Solanco leading Warwick, 14-0. Garden Spot and Cacalico tied up. We're going to have a hold called here, and that QB is going to take a pop as Burr just coming in, making himself known, saying, hey, if you're going to hang out there along the sideline, not get out of bounds, not throw the ball away, and you're just going to keep looking downfield, I'm going to come up and pop you.
Cooper Burr is a heck of a talented player.
Saw that coming the entire way for Klisch. And he might have been the only person in the entire stadium that didn't see that coming.
So the Mules went back to the 2 lane safety look. I think that's smart. Brydell's about the only weapon they got that could beat you over the top. Just play 2 safety, keep everything in front of you. Cooper Burr, I mean, what can you say about this kid? He just flies downfield and just destroys people.
Conrad Weiser leading Fleetwood, and I have to rub my eyes to make sure this is correct. 6-2 at the end of the first quarter.
Wow. Is that a baseball game?
Not baseball. This one thrown out into the flat. Once again, it's Burr hot on its trail, and we're going to have another flag thrown. And this is going to be
90. So, yeah, there was a little jostling.
it's Collado, I believe, out there, and I can't see exactly who the other one was. It looks to be Michael Toro.
Let me talk about Cooper Burr. His
Please do.
ability to play inside the box and take away the run and then come out and play in space. And when they run, like we saw last week with the quads, he had to pick 6. His ability to shut down passes in the flat or run plays, I mean, that's really hard to find. Usually you have a guy who can play good in the box and play in space. He's good at both.
Well, we do have a timeout here on the field, and yeah, we're going to have another personal foul penalty here. Are they doing offsetting out there?
No.
Nope. All right, cool. Why not? Anyway, while we have a timeout here, let's talk about birdies, shall we?
Oh, love birdies.
Talk about birdies.
Burgers.
What makes? Oh yeah, play the music behind me, please. It's like a Sarah McLachlan underscoring here. So what does make Birdie's Burgers the best in Berks? Well, they're better than Wendy's. Fresh, never frozen beef, but Wendy's ain't got the brioche bun that doesn't quit, the toppings that mean business, and burgers so good that they defy expectation.
There goes
Best
Wendy's
part is-
sponsor.
Yeah, sorry, Wendy's pulling their sponsorship here of the broadcast. Wendy's also doesn't have live bands, I guess they have cold drinks, but not beer, and a friendly crowd, most certainly not. Stretching out there and shy of a first down.
Got a new quarterback in there. That was Elijah Reed.
Yes, that was Reed there stretching forward, short by about 2. Anyway, you got Birdies in. You know what's happening this week at Birdies? Saturday, you got the Amigos returning, and they're there from 7 to 10. Sunday, in a game that I don't know why it's not on prime time. Why are you putting this at 4:30 in the afternoon But you got the Philadelphia
So I can
Eagles
get some
taking on the
sleep.
Kansas City Chiefs. There's no reason not to stick that in prime time. I hope the NFL's listening. Going to write a sternly worded letter at them. This one, keeper, and a flag thrown all the way back here. And once again, some extracurricular.
It will be holding. It'll be brought back again.
It's going to have to be holding.
We play the longest halves.
Oh, my God.
Every week, it's the longest halves.
It's
I'll
a
look up
Brickle
it.
again called for the foul here.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, outside of the Birds and Chiefs in the rematch of your Super Bowl, you got Mr. Modi Bike Night on Monday from 5:30 to 8:30. Tuesday, you have open mic. Wednesday, ultimate and unique trivia experience. So head on out to 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter to Birdie's Inn, where they remind you to have fun and be kind.
Birdies
And
is
well-
pretty good. They got all those TVs. You can get a beer, get a burger. It's a great place.
Oh, and when the weather starts getting colder, they cover up the deck out there. They got the heaters going.
Get the Sunday ticket.
Not
You can
too
watch
bad.
all your games. Watch
Hey,
my Browns hopefully beat the Ravens this week.
Also, Pat, stop me if you've heard this before. A third down penalty for the Cedars, leading to third down and forever. This one, a little drag route. They're going to
Nice.
try to stretch it into the flat. They do, and it's a first down for the Cedars.
Yeah, you just run a mesh concept, and I can
not?
tell you
It's
what,
Burdell.
nice throw by
Or Brydell, sorry.
Brydell with the catch and getting up there. Klisch, right? He's the quarterback.
Yes.
And nice throw. He threw it on top.
Well, and hang on. There's
now
another
they're
penalty
roughing
all the way
passer.
back here.
No.
It's going to be against the Cedars.
Welcome to Muhlenberg football.
This one will also be coming back,
Yes. What
as
is
you
it?
do have a personal foul on the Cedars.
Oh my
There's
God.
just been so much jostling amongst the linemen that if you, we're watching the rest of the play, but if your eyes were tuned back to the original line of scrimmage, you'd see some guys just duking it out. And, yeah, here we go again. Third down, and it'll be third down. Because they did have another first down, and it's another third down penalty, marching it back. They'll replay.
They just like third downs, I guess.
I guess. I sure don't. They're looking, firing, and nice
Nice
coach.
catch by Flowers. I know what an assistant. Sorry. Great catch, though. He caught the ball, man. He tucked it, and he looked like he was going to run.
I was right to him.
They were trying to sneak right out down here on a little go route. Mules were right there.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
They show the flat, hopefully get one of the corners to bite on the flat, and try to fling it over the top of that route. Maybe they get a little, bump and run action down there, and just nothing there.
Yep.
Cedars will line up to punt here, down by 3
geez.
scores. This one once again bouncing, quick punt, takes a Mules bounce across the 45, picked up at the 46 by Brickle, and the Mules will start on their side of the field, but not by much.
I was going to say about Christian Coley. I was interviewing Coach Flowers last week, and he came back and goes, woo! He was all excited. And then I saw him before the game, and he was tuning out and listening to music, and he was like high-fiving everybody. You could just see he's the high-energy guy for this team. And it's really cool to see how excited he is to play because, he's been part of this program, and he was played quarterback last year. And it's awesome to see him have a really good role for the Mules this year.
First and 10 for the aforementioned Mules. Under 8 to play in the first half. Buys in the gun. Handoff is to Small. Small jukes to his right. Still keeping those feet churning. Finally blown dead. A couple yards shy of the first.
Good solid run again.
I have Small up around a $147 right now.
What's up?
I have Small up around a $147 right now.
Yeah, I believe you. No huddle.
No huddle. Little inside toss that time. I believe to Miller.
Yeah,
Has the
yeah.
first down.
Yeah, they faked option to the left with Small, and they brought him, and they did a little quick toss to Miller, no huddle again. I love it. Love
Yeah.
it. This is something Mifflin has to prepare for next week.
Trips left this time. Look at that formation. Right off the bat, they're going to fake the screen. The handoff is to Small on the draw, and he has the first down and more.
They all got wristbands, and so he's signaling. He gets to play from coach, and then they go right up, and he's telling them to play, and they're right up the line of scrimmage, ready to run play again. This is very Chip
Another
Kelly-ish.
15 for Small, and I think Lebanon's going to have to think about a timeout here. And they will. Yeah, Lebanon hasn't really seen this no-huddle offense from the Mules. And once again, Pat, should I bring it up, the fact that we haven't either.
No,
Not all that often.
When Bill O'Brien got to Penn State, he caught the NASCAR offense. We've seen teams. It's not as prevalent now.
Not
as it
like it used to.
Yeah, and
Well, teams found out really quickly that you burn out your defense by, consistently revving the motor on your offense all the time, that your time of possession is severely skewed,
Yes.
and it's just your defense out on the field needing to make stops all game.
Even like you said, Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly was Ohio State's offense coordinator last year. Ohio State was one of the slowest teams in the country, and they huddled up. And they said the reason why they said that is they knew they had a long schedule, and they didn't want to just out-tempo everybody. They wanted to be, when they needed to, they could do tempo.
Oh, I should have done that in Oregon. Might have won a national title or two.
Yeah, and so you still
Instead
see
of
it some,
pedal to the
but
metal.
it's not as. Most teams are spread, but you don't see the fast-paced break.
Not like
and
we used to.
Everybody knows about it now, too, so it's so prevalent, it's easier to stop.
There's a time and place for it. Small will scoot into the side, and look at that little pocket there for Mikey Miller. He's across the 20, inside the 15. Another first down for the Mules.
When I used to be coach, what we would do for no huddle is we'd have one-word plays, maybe 5 or 6, and then it's real easy. You get like colleges or colors, red, blue, something. They're right up to the ball again.
Mikey Miller, his fourth catch for about 52. Handoff again is to Small. This time Small is popped. And it looks to be a nice tackle there by Awajalon Sledge.
What a name.
I wish I was kidding. But that is straight Hakeem.
That's
It's Awajalon Sledge.
That's a great name.
I want to meet his parents. Baez the handoff to Small. Small slams on the brakes. And he's taken down by Castillo and Arroyo.
You're starting to see that names like next week we're going to go against Cumberland Mifflin. Their quarterback's LeBron Leaf. Well, that's a great name, LeBron Leaf. So LeBron, obviously, I'm sure.
I know, but how, were they big Rockets fans?
Maybe.
What? You named your kid Olajuwon. That's not really, it's not LeBron. That's,
I know, but
that's the
maybe-
era
maybe-
prior. That's my
maybe
era.
They liked him.
It'd be like me being named Michael. I wasn't. I was named kind of after Ryan O'Neal, but not really also, the actor. My parents liked the name. This time it's Mikey Miller going to the right. Once again, he'll hit the skids. Able to push forward up to the 5, gets maybe a yard. He'll be third down and short.
Mikey Miller is a heck of an athlete, but he made the wrong read there. The play was supposed to go inside. He bounced it. Should have ran it inside. I think he might have scored.
Miller, his 5th carry for 54 and a touchdown.
So,
Obviously, 4-down territory here for the Mules. You have Cam Small.
give to
Why
number
not?
2.
Yeah, don't overthink this. You got Coley in motion. Well, now they'll do the Chip Kelly thing where they'll fake it, look to the sideline. Handoff is to Cam Small. Small bounces off a tackler, spins around, and across the goal line for another touchdown. Cam Small, his 4th touchdown of the game. Stop me if you've heard this before, and it's 34-7 Mules.
His vision's unreal. It was supposed to go inside, and he just took it off tackle. Just slightly, 2 gaps over, and he ran a great run to get the touchdown.
Well, if he wasn't leading the Lancaster-Lebanon League in touchdowns before, he sure is after tonight.
I gotta reach out to some colleges. This kid deserves some looks.
Cedar Crest leading Penn Manor 27-7 at the break. Go Falcons. Exeter leading Governor Mifflin 29-7 in the second. Exeter once again needing to overcome some adversity there as Martinez going down, and Hafer,
kid.
come on down. You're the starting quarterback again. He did pretty well last year in pitching relief of Martinez, and looking to do the same here as Jake.
At least he's got the experience because he's done it last year. I was blown away by Exeter at Media Day. Their senior leadership, Joe Amarino. He is an incredibly awesome kid, and he's so ripped. And then you got Jaden Ware. I was blown away by him.
I sure do.
I was blown away.
Not to be confused with Jaden Zandier.
I was blown away by Martinez. The leadership of those guys was incredible.
Well, they've had Martinez now for, going on a couple years, and they've just, they keep plugging along, man. I think they interviewed Matt Bauer, reading that Mike Drago article and talking with Matt Bauer. Bauer is just, hey, man, look at that little play. Mules completely caught off guard. I think that they're going to have him corralled here as Perez nearly tracks him down. He's inside the 25. Little, how do you do there in the backfield?
Well, if you're Lebanon,
and this one might be coming back again anyway. Flag is at the 50.
I love it. You're
Why
the
not?
underdog. You've lost 45 straight. Why not try stuff?
You know what? There's something to be said about capturing the imagination of a team that is struggling like this, and you can see that they will break out some of those plays. Like they tried doing it with a little jet sweep action, and it's like, all right, let's try different formations. Let's try to keep them engaged somehow, and that's one of the ways that you can do it. Little pitch and catch there, almost a hook and ladder off the return.
That's a great play. Brightell's a good athlete.
You just get it in his hands. If it's not in his hands, find a way to get it there. And how else do you do it? They're not going to kick it to him. Hey, do a little flip.
Yeah, and when I coach, I never understood why, every team should have 2 or 3 trick plays. Why not? Do trick plays. Look at the stuff Kansas City does sometimes.
Yeah,
they always got different wrinkles.
The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Chop block. Second chop block.
Another one.
Second chop block.
And an unsportsmanlike penalty called on Muhlenberg, because why not? We're collecting them like candy these days.
That's not going to make Coach Flowers happy.
So I don't think that they're not considered offsetting, but they'll likely have to do the spot of the chop block, mark it back, and then tack on 15 yards from there. And stop me if I'm wrong, Pat. I think the chop block gets marked off first. And then after the play penalty getting tacked on after the fact. Let's see if the referees also agree with my judgment here.
How many unsportsmanlike is that? 3-4 for Muhlenberg?
So if they have it at
come on.
So what if they have it at the 50? Chop block is just like a personal foul, right?
Yeah.
15. So they mark it back 15 from the 50 and then 15 back to the 50. So there you go. All right. Well, Cedars will now start at midfield, their best starting field position of the evening. It will move Reed in motion. Standing next to Klisch now. Klisch running for his life. He's just going to eat that one. Ball is loose. The Mules have it. Klisch dropped his hot pocket back around the 40-yard line.
It looked like a jailbreak street. There was like 4 Mules there.
He turned around and he
no
had
chance.
nowhere to go.
I mean, I felt bad for the kid. He just lost the ball.
Yeah, if you've ever seen any of the Game Face Sports edits, drop a hot pocket.
Could have scooped and scored there, but you coach your big guys to just fall on it.
Yeah, why not? Stop the clock. Mules do have a player down on the field. It's Julian Baez getting looked at around the 40 by the training staff. 34-7, Mules on top here. 4:41 left in the second as we slowly drudge towards halftime. As always, Pat.
We play next week. We'll probably have the quickest half because they run option and they are really quick.
It's a running clock just based on running the football, which is nice. Take a peek around the, oh my gosh. Twin Valley beating Elko 53-0 at the half.
Twin Valley has been on fire.
Juggernaut.
Coach Myers has them rolling out there.
That was a fun game to call last year, was Wyo and Twin Valley. Twin Valley was a little hobbled. They didn't quite have all of their weapons. Wyatt went in there and beat them by a couple of scores. Game never really in question all that much. You know, Evan Myers, not really much of a factor.
Whatever happened to Evan Myers? Did he go play college football?
I believe so.
What? Yeah,
Twin Valley.
He was a great player. His dad's the head coach, Brett Myers.
Yeah, they have a couple of really nice dual threats there at Twin Valley.
They have another Myers, plays running back and linebacker. He's averaging 17 yards a carry. He's their backup running back.
Baez will stick Miller in motion.
Oh, jeez.
Looking deep. Double covered is.
Oh, come on. Oh, interception.
And we're going to have a flag thrown here.
Pass interference.
And it will be pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, they were grabbing him.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because it was double covered. It was well covered by the Cedars, to be quite honest. Probably didn't have to jostle like that. And now we'll unfortunately give up the first down as a result.
This reminds me of the Daniel Boone game we called last year. I know you weren't part of it. I was part of it. And there were so many penalties. The half, I don't think we went to halftime to 9. It was incredible. Yep, they caught it. They caught it.
It's just, it is not a spot foul in high school.
No, it's not. It's 15.
It's not
a
a spot foul in high school
first down either.
or college.
Yeah.
It is strictly a 15-yard spot foul,
I
just like a
don't know
personal
how
foul.
I agree with the spot foul either. I mean, I can understand maybe just being 15, but I get why the NFL does it.
Looking to move that ball down the field. You want scoring, Pat. You can't do that with 15-yard penalties.
True.
Do it with 60-yard bombs down the field. Mikey Miller going up, snagging that one in the backfield. Has 2 Cedars around him, and we're going to have another penalty. A lot of laundry on the field here in the first half. I'm sure that might come up in your post-game interview about cleaning things up.
Yeah. You're going to get away with it tonight because it's Lebanon.
Yeah.
But when you play Exeter, you can't do that. Conestoga Valley can't do that. You got a lot of games left in your schedule. You got to be buttoned up.
When I was calling Exeter a couple years ago with Darren, kind of the same thing. You know, they were playing Boyertown, they were playing York County teams, and they were making sloppy mistakes. And this was a team that had, you know, District 3 championship aspirations. They got there that year, ended up losing to Cocalico. But we talked very early on about, hey man, it's fine if you're beating up on Boyertown, and it's fine if you're beating up on some of these schools, but you can't do it against the better schools.
Yeah,
you got to clean all that stuff up.
You can't. It's reality.
They'll stick Small in motion. He's looking Small's direction. Baez still searching, and he'll throw off balance in the direction of Mikey Miller, incomplete.
I was talking to Coach Burkhardt before the game, and he was telling me in the all-season what they did with Baez is they went through all the games together, and they sat down. They showed, hey, this guy's open, and this guy's open, and they broke it down. And then also, you know, like I said, at Media Day, Flowers talked about how they worked on his throwing motion. So it was a total team effort by the coaching staff and Baez to buy in and get better, and the results have been incredible this year throwing the ball.
Well, you're actually developing a quarterback, Pat.
Yeah,
That's,
yep,
you know, something that
exactly.
they didn't necessarily have a couple years ago when we were calling.
No, they did not.
You know, they threw a baseball player out there because he had a strong arm, and that was about it. Much different case here 2 years later. Small is met around the line, plunges forward for a few more. It'll be third
Great
down.
pull by Jeffrey Collado there. He destroyed the edge defender there.
2, maybe 3. Third down and long. I'm not entirely certain if it's going to be 3 down or 4 down territory here with Shupp. Depends how many yards you can get out of this.
I think that you probably would go for it.
You probably would. I'm just saying. Berks Catholic had their kicker boot 2 40-yarders last week.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Sure did.
Mash.
But still third down. Miller now covered out in the flat. Baez looking. Oh, and he has Christian Coley down the seam for a touchdown.
Great job by Christian Cooley. His quarterback kept looking for somebody open, and he did one of those routes where he just kept going deep. Great catch by Coley.
25 yards, Baez to Coley. Baez his second touchdown of the game. Coley, I believe, his second touchdown catch of the year.
He brings the energy. I'm telling you, I saw it down the sideline. He was so fired up. He was listening to me. I mean, he's just like, you need those energy guys in games, and that's what Christian Coley is.
40-7 now. They are looking for that running clock in the second quarter. Is Small off the Wildcat, flag thrown. When isn't there a flag thrown this evening?
Now, no offense to the referees. When it's 3-0 team versus 0-3 team, you don't get the best crew.
Oh, and here we go.
Legal motion.
Illegal motion.
Okay, all right.
I believe they're still looking at going for 2 here. Yep, they sure are. Coley will come over and grab the play. So, 3:09 left. They'll try running a 2-point conversion again. Baez with Small in the backfield. Baez was looking Small's direction, slant to Mikey Miller, and incomplete. The 2-point conversion fails. And it'll leave it at 40-7 with 3:09 left here in the first half.
You got to feel good where you're at, Mules. I mean, the penalties got to clean up.
Don't feel
Other than
bad.
that, and you got to feel good where you're at. You're up 40-7. You're in great shape.
Now the question might be, how long do the starters stay in? Because if you're not at a running clock in the second half here,
I give them the first drive.
you probably at least get the first drive, I would imagine.
And then maybe one more.
Pat, by the way, that is the largest mouse I've ever seen on a laptop. Are your eyes okay?
Okay, so here's the story. You hear the
This
story?
thing, oh my gosh. I wish that you could see this on the, I wish that we had one here in the press box, but this mouse is gigantic.
Okay.
It's like an inch
I
tall
know.
on your
What
screen.
happened was this in the summer, I couldn't get my mouse pad to work, so I used an old mouse, and for some reason I was messing with the settings. It made it really big. So now everybody at school comments like, "Mr. Wider, why is your mouse so big?" And now Brian pointed it out to Mules Nation here. It's a big mouse. I don't know why. It just is.
Pat, they won't get this type of coverage on WEEU. You know that. Bob McCool doesn't dive deep into these topics.
The mind of Ryan Lineweaver is something special.
It's a scary place to be. The kickoff is away. Jerry always has his quote of the week from me. And there's a reason why I'm not allowed to be on the radio anywhere now. This one across the 25. Cedars will start up.
Second half, I'll have to tell you why I'm blocked by Reinhardt. It's kind of a silly story.
I'm blocked by, it's not Jeff Passan. It's one of the old baseball beat writers.
What'd you say?
I got blocked for, I think it was right around when the Phillies were signing like Cliff Lee. And I was just being an absolute jerk towards this guy. He works for Fox Sports now. I'll have to find him, but I'm blocked by him. Jeff Heyman. I'm blocked by Jeff Heyman.
Oh, I know him. Yeah, he's a national baseball guy.
He is. And also blocked.
Fanboy Ryan Lineweaver.
I can't remember what I was doing. I think it was around the time that they were making fake John Heyman accounts, and I started crap tweeting at him. And I was a lot feistier back in my younger days. And back in my heyday, across the 30.
Buck Moyer.
Goes Buck Moyer. Will wind us inside of 3 minutes.
You know, the Mules are starting to get more subs in, rotating more guys. Small's not at linebacker. He's still got Mikey Miller out there. But you can see they're starting to rotate more in.
Still got Zona up top.
Yep. 44 always gets me. 44 is a safety.
Like I said, Pat Tillman was in the 40s. 40 and 42.
A nice run here.
That is
by
a nice
Buck Moyer.
run. That was a nice gap. As Buck Moyer will shoot that gap up around midfield.
Buck Moyer came in with 124 yards rushing, so he's going to add to that a little bit.
Baez adding to his passing totals now, 8 touchdowns on the year for him.
That was an awesome play. I mean, Coley leaped out and made the great catch. That was
It's
awesome.
just a fantastic route by Coley. Just,
Yeah.
hey, when things break down like that, you're just looking to let's try that again. Break free. So some of that is, hey, I'm going to split off and just run a go route towards the end zone. Come find me. That's exactly what happened. Buckmoyer again. Not Buckmoyer. It's Klisch on the keeper. Gets close to 10 yards.
Buckmoyer's helmet came off. He's yelling about something.
And again, like, I've now called the Cedars a handful of times. They're never quite, like, as bad. It's not like watching Keystone Cops out there, right? You know, they're not running into each other behind the line of scrimmage. It's nothing like that. You know, it's not like comedy on the offensive line or anything like that. They do have, you know, some skilled players that can make a difference. It's just a matter of opposing teams realizing that they only have one or two skilled players and honing in on them.
They should, like, schedule some team from, like, Maryland or Virginia that stinks and just try to get a win week 1. I'd find the worst teams in America and try to schedule them 1 through 3. Right? Like, the worst teams. Sorry, Cedar Crest, I'm not playing you anymore. I need to get a win. I don't want to be in the record book.
No, you can't get rid of the Cedar Bowl. That's blasphemy.
You don't want to be in the record books. It's the most
No,
losses
they
ever.
gotta do the Cedar Bowl.
Okay, maybe the other 2 games, though. Fine, like, I don't know.
Should be, I believe, 1:30 up on the scoreboard there. The officials changing the time.
When I was head coach of Cannondale, we were 1-9 as assistant, and then I became head coach. I scoured the earth for some teams that were winnable.
Oop, ball dropped on the field there. They'll jump on top of it, maybe gain a yard out of it, actually, does Klisch.
The Redline head coach, Jesse Shea, texted me and said, let's renew our rivalry. And this was when Redline was good. I was like, are you nuts? I'm coming off 1 win, and you're coming off a 9-win team, you want to play me? I'm like, no, I'm going to go find somebody competitive.
Gee, thanks for the offer, but
Yeah, we picked up, like, Octorara. I was like, let's play a competitive team.
yeah.
They have a shot. Like, why do you think these teams like Indiana aren't scheduling good teams in their non-conference? They're trying to get wins. And that's the same thing. If I'm Lebanon, I'm trying to – Cedar Crest is competitive in Section 1. They're good. They
Always.
beat,
Yeah.
you know, they're between
Past
a
couple
5
of
and
years.
6A team, and they're competing and beating a Penn Manor, and they're beating a Hempfield. And, you know, so it's not even close. I don't think they beat – the Cedars have beat them in, 25 years? What kind of rivalry is that? That's not a rivalry.
Olajuwon Sledge sadly being walked off the field here with some help from the training
Yeah,
staff.
hopefully he's all right. Well, Jerry's going to have a lot of stuff to pick from because we're being a little feisty tonight. So
If Olajuwon's parents are listening to this broadcast, I just want you to know that you picked a really dope name for your kid. That's all.
that is an incredible name.
I don't wish that my parents named me Olajuwon. Ryan's just fine, but Klisch on the keeper, spun down.
Classic name, Ryan.
That was Rodriguez on the stop. Yeah, my parents, they weren't fans of Ryan O'Neal, but they just liked the name Ryan.
Yeah.
Funny how you come across stuff like that.
Yeah.
That was how my wife and I decided on our girls' names. We just like the name Gemma. We watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and there was a character named Gemma, and we're like, oh, we like the name of that, sound of that.
Oh.
This one, bombing it deep, Mikey Miller has the interception go through his hands. Would have equated to basically a punt on 3rd down. Miller will be staring at his hands for a while on that one. Stops the clock with 43 seconds left. 4th down for if you are the Cedars. It is 4-down territory for you. Down by 33. 4th down and 8. Hey, it was the 3rd down where they didn't have a penalty, Pat. Klisch rolling to his right. Rolling, still rolling. Does have Riddell. And he'll be tackled well short of the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on downs again for the Cedars. Clock is stopped with 33 seconds left, and we'll see if the Mules decide to force the issue here with half a minute left.
You know, if I'm the Mules, I run my no huddle and see what, this is a good opportunity
You know what?
to work on it.
Why not? Because you're not at a running clock
yeah.
yet. It's still the first half. If I'm Rob Flowers, I have one timeout left. Run your 2-minute drill. See where you go. Because this might be something that you're going to have to pull out of your bag of tricks against a better team. And say that you're trailing by a touchdown late or trailing even at the end of a half to, say, Mifflin next week. And you're like, hey, we need to put points up on the board before the end of the half here. Let's see what we can do. Now's your chance. Now's your chance to go find out what your no huddle looks like in a pressure situation.
Yeah, another thing is, like, if you get in field goal range, try your field goal kicker. Try him a 40-some yarder.
No, why not? Well, you got Cam Small.
Well,
Here you go. They put Cam Small in the Wildcat.
That's still a great play, though.
Cam will move up the middle, move past a blocker, makes one person miss, has the first down. 25 seconds left on the clock now. The clock will stop.
Who needs a
as they move the
2-minute drill when you
chains.
got Cam Small?
Yeah,
Now
how
they're
about
going
that?
with it.
About 12 yards.
Now they're going with it. They're up fast. Motion here.
Small closing in on 200. They will fake.
Oh, he's
Baez
got him.
rolling, looking, spins out of trouble, still trying to get out of bounds. He will
No, he's inbounds. Oh, that
not get there. They will wind the
come
clock,
on.
and Rob Flowers will angrily ask for a timeout directly in front of the official.
That was horrible. He was clearly out of bounds.
It was real close. You can make the argument. I don't know if he accidentally touched inbounds. The tackle was right there, bang, bang in front.
Yeah, all right.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt when it comes to that. His momentum was taking him out, but if he touched down inbounds, nothing you can do about that.
Kind of, this is a little sad story. Lancaster Catholic's quarterback, J.J. Boas, had to be taken off the field, and they had to get ambulance, and they had to delay the game. He's a kid that I know a little bit about. He tore his ACL twice, and he's trying to come back and play this year on a partial tear. So I don't know. It's not good news for that. So they're resuming play. But, yeah, bad news. My heart goes out to the Boas family and Lancaster Catholic there. So.
Well, in case we were wondering what type of team Conestoga Valley and Ephrata might be, I think we have our answer at halftime. Conestoga Valley leading the Mounts 31-7 at the break.
They're good, man.
So there you go. Go Buckskins.
And then Exeter's taking
We'll
care of
see them at the
Mifflin.
end of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle. They're really good. They're really well coached. Like I said, the coaching in the LL and the coaching in the tire section and the tire state, 5 seconds?
5 seconds left.
Yep. You got to, Hail Mary it here. Yep. that's what he
Baez
did. He's saving some time.
avoiding some traffic here. We'll chuck it down the field. And falls incomplete, but not until he throws it to nobody in particular. And that will do it. Mules, though, how about it? On top by 33 at the break, 40-7
Good half.
at the half.
It's progress when you're 40-7 and you're still a little disappointed in penalties. And you got to feel real good if you're Rob Flowers.
Yeah, that'll be a fun post-game interview for you when we get down to it, but at least for now. Again, 47 here at the break for the Mules. We will take a break ourselves and be back here to recap the first half and more right here on the Mules Sports Network.
The whistle blows, the crowd ignites. Underneath those blazing lights, cleats hit the turf, the battle's on. The roar of fans, the beat of hearts, is where the legend always starts. Friday night, we're burning bright. JG Media brings the fight. Exeter
watching the Mules Sports Network on Jerry Gelliff Media.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Well, we're going to do it live. Welcome back. Before we get into the broadcast and recapping the first half, the teams haven't even hit the field yet, so no worries there. Pat, I'll let you lead the charge here in an effort that's near and dear to your heart.
Yeah, and, as somebody who's a teacher, and this is my 20th year teaching, Avidum is a wonderful organization that fosters positive community support, and I'm so excited that Muhlenberg's having a Avidum club night tonight, and the coaches are all wearing the shirts, and tonight they're going to present the Players of the Year for Lebanon and Muhlenberg.
Player of the game.
Player of the game for Muhlenberg. And can you introduce yourself and talk about what you guys are doing here for the Muhlenberg community and the kids?
Sure. So my name is Lauren Height. I'm a licensed social worker here at Muhlenberg, and I'm here with my counterpart, Jenna Pavlovich, who is a school counselor and my Avidum advisor, who's amazing.
She did not want to be mic'd up.
No, she didn't, but we might put her on if we need to. So
you might hear her
for
giggling in the background.
Yeah, so Avidum has been here at Muhlenberg for 4 years. I came here from Reading, and as soon as I got here, we started Avidum at Muhlenberg, and it's both here in the high school and our junior high.
Can you talk about what the message of and the idea behind Avidum is?
Sure. So it obviously originated in Cocalico after a student lost their life to suicide, and it's in over 150 schools here in the United States. And here at Muhlenberg, our message is really hope. And just being able to provide our students with anything that we can to ensure that we have support there for them, and also giving them that message of hope.
What does it mean to you to have Coach Flowers and the coaching staff represented at Avidum tonight and having your club help cheer them on to the field tonight?
We love Coach Flowers. We love all the Muhlenberg coaches. Such a support to our club, to the message of mental health, making sure that we are always partnering. Coach B, he's an English teacher at Muhlenberg.
Coach Burkhart, it's my guy.
Yeah, it's my guy too.
Yeah.
We actually just co-taught a lesson together, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which has a lot to do with mental health. So he brought a social worker in his class, and we co-taught together. So mental health is obviously really important to this team, this community, and also obviously our district.
Can you talk about some of the activities you guys have done in the past to promote Avidum?
Sure. So we, once a month, nominate an Avidum hero, which is any staff member who goes above and beyond and really just focuses on our students' mental health. So goes out of their way to make sure that they're doing okay, provides support, resources, And what we do is we go bring them a really cute surprise, surprise them in their classroom, and we travel pretty deep. We show up with 50 to 60 students, and it's pretty exciting, and we make a big deal out of it.
Okay, great. Do you guys do any assemblies and any other way to promote the Veedom Club?
We did. We had Kevin Hines, who was a survivor of trying to take his life off the Golden Gate Bridge. He came and did an assembly for our students last year.
And you look at the suicide rates, from COVID, they really skyrocketed when kids felt alone, when schools shut down. So, in today's climate with social media and stuff, I think Veedom is so powerful.
It is, and I absolutely, I love our students. They do such a good job. If you have us back, you can have one of them mic'd up, and they will change your life the way that they talk about mental health, and it's really powerful.
I mean, I just love the shirts. Can we get some of those shirts?
Yeah, we can get you some.
Get me some shirts. I'll rock that. That's some cool swag.
Shout out to Emily Grube
Yeah.
and Coach Flowers for the design. We love them
And
dearly.
he puts community of winners.
Yes.
Because Veedom is a community of winners because they win on the football field and they win because they got a Veedom.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. We have a lot of football players that are involved in a Veedom too. 7:15 in the morning every Thursday. You would think kids don't show up until school starts. Nope, they're there early because they love mental health and talking about it and just making sure that we are supportive.
Well, thank you so much for coming on here. And I know this is a near and dear heart to me as a high school social studies teacher. And I think it's a great organization. And I appreciate you doing that and coming out and speaking.
Yeah, thank you guys for having us. We appreciate you. Go Mules!
Hey, that's Pat's catchphrase.
Yeah, touch on Mules. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you. Really nice. to
See,
meet
and this
you.
is why I let Pat lead it, because Pat's going to ask so much better questions than I will.
It's a Veedom is a word that says "I got your back." It's a made-up word that they came up with to basically foster a positive environment. So many kids are struggling out there in the world, and that's what we got to do. And as a teacher, that's near and dear. And I ran it for 2 years at York High, and I got a great painted sign in my room with a Veedom that a girl made, and I leave it there, and it's just a great sign. I'll leave it up in my room forever because it was a great sign by her. But yeah, so it's a great club, and I'm so happy Coach Flowers and them, and they're presenting the players of the games for the Cedars and the Mules.
Yeah, it's the Muhlenberg School District Veedom night.
Yeah, it's awesome. So, all right, let's play some ball.
Kickoff is away. Fielded around the 15 into traffic. They go. They're ahead of the 30, and that's where the Cedars will start off the second half.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Cedars, it's 40-7, and you're struggling, but you got to feel good. At least you scored a touchdown because you came in the game. You had 6 points all year, so at least you got some points. And they had some success with Brightell catching the touchdown pass, and I think he had a couple other catches as well. So you got to feel good there. And then the Mules on defense overall, it's been good. They had one breakdown on the touchdown pass, but other than that, they've been really good.
Just got to clean up the penalties here in the second half. So they do have a lot of their first teamers still out there. Not something that we've been able to say an awful lot as the QB keeper. Tackle down from behind. Small in on the stop, as is. Looks like Burr.
Well, you got to think.
Shocker, right?
This isn't bad, honestly. Get these guys a couple series, 2-3 series this year, because next week, Governor Mifflin's probably a 4-quarter game. So you're going to need to get those guys reps, and they got to learn to play a full game because the last 2 weeks they haven't.
Rob Flowers may keep them out there just a little bit longer. Everybody tucked in tight.
Yeah, all man here.
Yeah, look at that.
Brought 2 blitzes.
They were expecting the run. We're not surprised there, but the Cedars still able to break through for a first down.
He's a tough runner, man. I tell you, that kid is playing his guts out there. Klisch, he does a great job. Ran the ball hard there, took a hit, and got the first down for the Cedars. They found something a little bit with this quarterback run with him.
A lot of QB draw, a little, at least giving him some options out of the backfield there. He's pulling it back more often than not, but
yes. Yeah.
Taking a peek around Section 1, Hempfield over McCaskey, 42-6. Cedar Crest leading Penn Manor by the exact same scoreline, 40-7 in the third quarter. Wilson beating up on Reading, 49-0.
It's blowout Friday.
Yeah, shocker there. Conestoga Valley leading Ephrata by 24, and wow. Fantastic read. That is incredible there by Jeffrey Collado. Into the backfield, read that one right off the bat. It's second down and forever.
Jeffrey Collado, I think I mentioned before, but Flowers asked him to play offensive line, and he did, and now he's playing guard and defensive end, and he's a really good player. He had 45 the last 2 years, so he had to go to 54 because now he's just a lineman. So
and a basketball player.
I bet you he's a heck of a basketball player. He probably goes up.
Not too bad. He's a forward.
Yeah, I can see him going up and get a lot of rebounds.
Not too bad. He's kind of one of those scrappy hustle type guys,
Does Cam
especially
Small
banging around down low.
Does Small play basketball?
Not since I've been calling. That one intercepted by Mikey Miller, just shy of the 50-yard line. It's going to be a pick 6 for Mikey. Touchdown, Mules.
The Mules. Mikey Miller.
That one basically tailor-made for Miller. Is he going so far outside of the end zone that the referee can't possibly throw a flag out there?
And so he's got a rushing and a pick 6 now.
He's got a rushing TD,
And
pick
now-
6.
now
That
we-
one
we got
tailor-made.
somebody down here.
It's another offensive lineman down here for the Mules, and it might be Otero again.
Yeah, I think it's Otero. Maybe he's a little dinged.
Otero was having issues at the very beginning of the game, and they went and they were wrapping that knee, and I think I was mistaken. I don't think it was a brace. It looks like they were actually physically wrapping it, trying to stabilize. And if he's just got a little loosey-goosey in there with his knee, we'll continue taking a peek at it. We'll go back to the scoreboard in the meantime. Exeter over Mifflin, 29-7 at the break. Solanco beating. It's 43-7 now in the third quarter. Exeter just keeps on rolling along.
I thought that'd be a little closer. I thought Mifflin could hang, but they apparently cannot.
Yeah, we're hoping for a barometer of where Mifflin currently stands, as
I'm just
Otero
saying
will
Mifflin,
jog off under
this
his own
shows you
power
how
again.
good Exeter is. Exeter, like Mifflin and Hemphill played a competitive game, and a 6A team, a middle of the road 6A team, and Governor Mifflin won 20-19, and then they go play Exeter. Exeter blows their doors off. It just shows you how good Exeter is right now.
Slanko leading Warwick 35-0 at the end of 3.
Wow,
They're already done.
Warwick's been playing really well. That's a little surprising.
Cacalico squeaking past Garden Spot 21-17. Cacalico's had a weird season so far.
Yeah, I know Coach Stroll out there. They're 0-3, but they've lost all games by I think a total of 9 points.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
hasn't been by much.
Yeah, they've been right there. They'll keep plugging along, and they'll be fine.
One of the more surprising ones, Fleetwood leading Conrad Weiser 16-13.
Fleetwood's
The
a little
Scouts
improved.
and the Scouts, you would expect to take a step back. They're still undefeated here, I believe, at the start of the season, and this one was going to be close. I think Weiser was mostly favored to win, at least if you look at the Mike Drago Sports.com
I don't have a spread.
pick'em poll.
So
I believe Weiser was picked 10-2 in their 12 picks. Lampeter Strasburg over Donegal 30-12. That one in the third quarter. Twin Valley. Yeah, I'm not even going to read that score.
was 53-0 Twin Valley over Elko.
It's still at the break. I can't do that to my Raiders. YO beating up on Northern Lebanon 42-0. Octorara over Boone 26-6 after 3. Columbia Lancaster Catholic.
That's a little shocker. Columbia broke a 13-game losing streak last week when they beat Votech, York Votech, but Lancaster Catholic, like I mentioned earlier, lost their starting quarterback, so they had to rest the game for 20 minutes and come back.
Cortez made a whoopsies.
Yeah.
Didn't bring the ball with him, has to go back and get it, and he's tackled as a result.
So now we got, and then the other one, Berks Catholic's going to be really good in Section 5.
Berks Catholic over Pequay Valley 34-0. The Dutchman of Anvil Cleona beating up on the good old Hamburg Eagles. Hamburg Hawks, sorry. Hamburg, yeah, that one's 28-0 at the end of 3. Schuylkill Valley beating Kutztown 28-7.
Somebody's
Yeah,
on the line.
Kutztown's offense has dwindled down to almost nothing here over the past 2 weeks after lighting up the scoreboard like they usually do. And then non-league are the Mannheims tonight. Both Township and Central playing non-league matches. Township leading Plymouth Whitemarsh 28-17. And the Barons leading Bermudian Springs 21-6.
Yeah. I'm going to give a shout out to Mr. and Mrs. Small. I met Cameron Small's parents, very lovely people. They said they listen to us, and oh, you're the guys on the here on the broadcast. I'm like, yep. And,
Sure are.
Very nice people. It was very nice meeting them. So thank you so much, parents.
For better or for worse, we are
Yes.
your broadcast team this year.
Well, we're not married. We're just broadcast people. Anyways, here we go.
Bicker like an old married couple sometimes on the air. By the way, non-league
Love
game
and
tomorrow, the
marriage.
only one in Lancaster Lebanon League. E-Town at South Philly.
Ooh, we,
Flags
It's not Canada,
all over
boys.
the place. This one's coming back no matter how you slice it. There's 3 different flags on the field. Cam Small also making the tackle there. He'll come off the field. I mean, if it was... It's going to be an illegal motion again.
they had 2 people going in motion at the same time.
You can't do that.
You can't do that. Shh, shh, shh.
So, yeah. Not sure what we're going to learn out of Section 2 here this evening other than Conestoga Valley good.
I think at this point we can safely say that Conestoga Valley and Exeter,
Exeter
are
1-2.
are 1-2. I would probably Exeter 1, Conestoga, the winner of that. And then you have to put Mifflin and Ephrata in some sort of order with the Mules. I don't know who, and we'll see the next couple of weeks, right? So we'll see how we do. You know, the Mules do against Mifflin. You go beat Mifflin next week and get to 5-0. Then you're going to move up a run. But we're going to see next week.
Yeah, do you want your way too early power rankings from District 3? It's a nice shifty move there.
Yeah.
That was a nice juke by Elijah Reed,
yeah,
the senior.
Give me the power rankings for 5A, right?
If you would like the power rankings for 5A,
Yeah, go ahead.
we would be correct.
Yes.
Conestoga Valley, Exeter 1-2. Ephrata, number 3 at 3-0 right now. New Oxford at 4. Muhlenberg at 5.
Wow.
And as a reminder, 5A taking the top
12.
12 teams. There's a lot of wiggle room here, but also a lot of undefeated 3-0
Yeah,
teams in
we're-
5A still. Like I said, the way too early power rankings. All of this is going to get messed up by. Bishop McDevitt is 1-1 right now. They lost to Harrisburg by 8 and beat Chambersburg area by 34.
In the first game they played in the Rose
And it's
Bowl.
Harrisburg.
In the first, no, it was they don't have the first game. Their first game they played a
They're
team from
non-league.
Canada, and
Yeah,
they
yeah.
got beat. So that remember they lost. Now they're still extremely talented. They lost Stone Sanders, who's at Kentucky, but they got, when I did a preview article for them for Prep Red Zone this summer, they had 24 players I wrote up. They have so many college talented kids, and they got a new quarterback, and Harrisburg's loaded. So, and they're going to probably be up there at some point. I would assume they're going to be the favorite to win 5A because they're so talented.
McDevitt's old athletic director was my former history teacher in high school, Tom Mealy.
But he's not there anymore. Yeah, now he's at Elko.
He's at Elko now. He went to back to my alma mater. It's where he met his wife.
Oh, so he was teaching there and then went to McDevitt.
He was actually my. He was a student teacher when I was in middle school. He was my student teacher with Mr. Oscom. Then I had him freshman year as a history teacher, and then he left to go to McDevitt. I had his wife my sophomore year at the time. She was an English teacher. He went to McDevitt and then came back when Doug Bohannon retired from Elko.
Yeah, he. People don't realize this. You don't.
Nice delayed handoff there by the Cedars. They'll have a first down as
When
Buck Moyer across.
When you work at a Catholic school, you don't make a lot of money. And so he got, I think, a big raise going to Elko. You make more money at like a public school. So
Think you make a lot of money in Myerstown?
No, they pay decent. I heard he got a decent raise. Anyways, I know his brother Todd. He's the head coach.
I was going to say you got Todd, yeah.
Yeah, I know Todd.
Both of them Lebanon Valley grads? I know Tommy is.
Todd is, I think you're right. But Todd is a really good coach. He was the head coach at Penn Manor. He was a coach at Lancaster Catholic. He's won everywhere he's been. Now he's at McCaskey, and they don't have much right now, and he's really struggling. So, But Todd Mealy is one of the best coaches I've ever worked against. He's an incredible coach.
That one was most certainly a mistake, and the Cedars going to get a first down anyway. I don't know. Add that one to the playbook if you're the Cedars because the misdirection worked.
Yes.
He went to hand it off, I think, or at least fake a handoff.
It looked like it was like an
and there was
inside
nobody
zone.
there.
Yeah.
They've just been doing that delayed handoff there. Remember, running clock, so this clock is still going until now because the Mules taking a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3:15 will be where the clock stops here. 47-7 Mules. We'll be right back on the Mules Sports Network.
At Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market, they keep it simple. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious. In the mood for a hoagie? Choose one from the menu or tell them what you want. A hot sandwich or a cheesesteak? They've got that covered too. Lunch meat for a family gathering? They have it fresh cut to order. Craving Italian? There are imported specialties you won't find anywhere else. Along with drinks, chips, snacks, and hot or cold brewed coffee in caramel, French vanilla, and hazelnut flavors. That's Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market. 15 Village Center Drive in Flying Hills. Good food, fast, fresh, and delicious.
Back at it here with 3:15 remaining in the third. Mules cruising to their fourth straight victory to open the season here. Klisch looking, floats it up there.
Great catch.
Was it inbounds? And they are going to mark it inbounds. That's Elijah Reed.
Nice catch.
He's another one that he's marked down as a QB DB. I've always known him as more of like an outside type threat. Every time that I've seen Elijah on the field, he's been a wideout for the most part. And that time, Klisch doing a nice job finding him.
Yeah, nice job. You know, like a little out concept. Got him the ball. Good job.
It's a really interesting roster here from the Cedars because, quite frankly, I don't know where they go next year with this roster. We'll talk about that in a hot second here as Klisch bowling forward for a couple. But
they don't got a lot of young guys.
You take a peek at this, and what do we say, 28 players on this roster?
Yeah.
And I'll go through and start doing math, but
you got to hope you get some transfers. You got to hope that you get kids from, that are in the school, maybe not playing football. It happens a lot, when you're a struggling program. It's hard. I'm looking at their schedule now. It's just hard to see if them get any wins. I mean, it just Palmyra, they lost to Garden Spot. Now, Conrad Weiser. Now this game, I don't see any wins in their schedule. So, oh, there you go. Nice run here by Buckmoyer.
Buckmoyer continuing to grind against this Mules defense.
Buckmoyer, and you can see the Mules are they're putting in most of their backups. I don't think I see Small out there anymore.
So there's your answer. A roster of 34 players, 20 of them seniors.
20, that's going to be tough.
That is more than 50% of your roster getting turned over next year.
And I remember Brydell for the last couple of years, so they're going to lose their best player probably.
Handoff is to Buckmoyer again, and he's in.
Touchdown.
That will stop the running clock with 1:06 left here in the third.
Stop your excitement.
Listen, man, the boys want to play Fortnite, and I'm holding everyone up, so. Clip that, Jerry. Lebanon down by 34 will kick the extra point. Eventually. Spot is down, the kick is up, the kick is blocked. No good. It'll stay a 34-point advantage here for the Mules.
Well, I mean, do you see Baez or do you see the backup quarterback, which is
Guess we'll
rolling,
find
right?
out here because do you have
Julian rolling.
well, you have all the QBs throwing down here. Yeah, you have Rolanda down there. You still have Baez warming up. I think Baez is probably the way that he's walking and looking.
I think maybe Baez gets one more series.
Might be the dude. He's not walking around with his helmet off or anything like that. I think that he's going to be inserted as QB.
I think maybe Flowers wants one more good drive by the offense.
Why not?
Give
Still
him-
third quarter.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to win the game unless something crazy happens. But
Double doink.
but you gotta, I see why you want to get more reps for your starters. All right, 12 has taken the Joel Vega. He's a 5'5", 136-pound junior. He's going to be back there with Lacey, so give Mikey Miller a break here on this kickoff return.
Wonder which direction they're going to kick to.
Well, I would just,
It's
honestly,
gonna be
honestly, what
another
I would
squib.
do- No, I would try to kick one of these up backs and try to see if you can get an onside. Why not? What do you got to lose?
About a 12-yard run up here.
No, it's going to squib it.
There's the squib. Ooh,
Yeah.
a little extracurricular there. No harm, no foul.
Emilio Alvarez just, ran a couple yards, and he must have had flowers in his head and said, "Fall down!" And he fell down.
Looks like the starters are back out. Miller, Baez, Coley, yeah, they're all in the huddle, so it'll be starters for at least one more series for the Mules.
I like it. I like it. Get
Why
them
not?
a little more reps.
This is not as clear-cut as previous weeks.
Yeah, last week when it was 51-0 at the half, and the week before Reading was at 48-0 at the half.
Like I said, the Cedars, they're not Keystone Cops out there. It's really not like, the worst football team you've ever seen in your life, despite a 45-game winning streak as Mikey Miller cuts it upfield. He's across midfield, across the 40, close to the 35, which is exactly where they will mark him.
He's down. I think it was got his win knocked out. I would. Who do you think
I
would
bet
win?
so.
Who do you think would win between them? and
25
Daniel
for
Boone?
Mikey.
I think they beat Daniel Boone. You know what I mean? If they played Daniel Boone, I think they beat Daniel Boone. Lebanon. It's a shame they didn't get a chance to play at Daniel Boone or even a
think you're
Reading.
wrong.
Them in Reading, that'd be a competitive game. I bet you they beat Reading or at least hang in there to have a chance.
Miller is down, and this one looks like cramping, actually.
Yeah. He's had a fantastic game. He's got to be in the running maybe for the player of the game.
Certainly talk about it.
Yeah, we got to figure out player of the game for both sides. I think we'll see.
Got a pretty good idea.
All right, blowouts so far.
This one's not as difficult as it was a couple weeks ago. Trying to figure out
We have
in
one.
a
We have
shutout.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Like every Conrad Weiser Fleetwood is a battle. Cacalico Garden Spot's a battle. Almost every other game is a blowout. Well, Lancaster Catholic, Columbia, but like Section 5, like everything else is pretty much a blowout. Now, like you said, you mentioned, Fleetwood is now losing. Conrad Weiser is coming back on them, 20-16. Cacalico could get their first win of the year.
By the way, Buck Moyer coming in, not bad. 4.8 yards a carry, 26 attempts. Buck 24 has a touchdown.
I wonder if did he transfer in? I swear I thought he was at another school last year. But maybe I'm wrong. Because I remember the name.
Yeah, Lebanon going to have some issues coming up. They were shut out against Palmyra. That game had to be held at Northern Lebanon. They were shut out by Garden Spot, 38-0. 28-6 against Weiser last week. They have Exeter next week. They have Conestoga Valley the week after. They're at E-Town in one of those road games. Then at Mifflin, at Ephrata, at Cedar Crest. Cedar Crest will be hosting the Cedar Bowl this year. And cutting up the field across the 10-5, in for the score. In goes Alexis Cantras.
What a great play. You think it's going to the left to Cam Small, and then you get the little shovel pass inside. And he takes it. Oh, come on, you're calling another penalty. The kids are cheering. You can't get excited in high school football? These guys.
35 yards to Cantris.
I looked it up, the Cedar Bowl, Lebanon plays against. The Cedar Crest has won 12 straight, so they haven't beat them in a long time.
That sounds about right. That would probably explain why when I was chatting with their former head coach, Frank Eisenberg, he was man a few coach Frank Eisenberg, he was man a few words. I think he was just like that anyway.
I don't like that penalty.
I don't like most of the penalties that have been called tonight, but
They're excited. They're kids. They're excited.
well, and it's the difference between taunting and like aggressive. What's the NFL? It's like pre-planned celebrations, right?
Yeah.
You allow them to do stuff in the moment. So if it's not pre-planned, like, oh, we're going over and we're acting out a school play, basically.
I get it if you're like in somebody's face, but I saw them. They were over on the side cheering and they were jumping up and down and excited. They weren't rubbing in Lebanon's face. They were excited. They scored. After everything these Mules have gone through, I think they deserve a little excitement.
Well, we're going to go for two again. Baez with Small in the backfield. Coley in motion. This time, going to try to throw it. Baez instead tucks, runs, gets the two. 55-13 with 11:48. And hey, by the way, running clock back on.
Ryan likes that.
Do like running clocks. But the Mules punching in 55 points.
Well,
We do have one more birdies read to do, and I have about 12 minutes to do it.
Ye-
Well, I'll get on it in due time here. We also, oh, well, if you need to go to Coley, you should have said something. A little late now. A little late now. Mules are up by 42. The Mules will take the penalty on the kickoff and kick off from their own 25-yard line.
It makes sense. I mean, if you're Lebanon, you're trying to get a big play here. Oh, look at him.
By the way, not to get ahead of ourselves, but another Muhlenberg touchdown would tie their all-time scoring record for most points scored in a game. That was 62 against Twin Valley back in '99.
Okay. Drago
Their
does a
largest
great-
victory was 55-0.
I love how Drago has those pages. I get on those rabbit holes sometimes on teams.
That's a big help.
Yeah, Mike Drago does a great job. I mean, he really does.
And a late flag getting tossed in because why the heck not? Nice toss by the back judge there. That was a solid 20 yards.
It's a lot. Yeah, I gotcha.
I don't know what this one's going to be. The back judge
Well, it went out of bounds.
might have been illegal touching if he was the first one to go out of bounds untouched and come back and make the play. Maybe it's that, but usually that's a sideline official dropping his hat to signify that the guy went out of bounds. Well, it's even better when the referees are trying to make these decisions and they're 10 yards apart shouting at each other. I'm sure that helps.
Yeah, yeah, not good.
Well, speaking of Keystone Cops,
I remember when I was head coach at Kennerdale, and we were 1-8. No, we were 1-7 playing against Susquehanna.
personal foul on Muhlenberg.
No, on
Or sorry, on
Cedars.
Lebanon. Sorry, they did switch sides.
we were
12 seconds in the past.
it was 1-7 versus 0-8, and we're going to this game. And I remember walking in with the ref, and the stuff he was saying, I was like, this guy's not the smartest guy in the room. I was like, we're when you have a 1-7 versus 0-8 crew,
Yeah,
teams,
you're getting the good crew
we
that
did
night.
not have a good crew. I was like, these guys. Oh my
You're getting
God.
the best crew that PIAA
This
has to offer
guy
that night.
Was talking about how he got in an accident and then he lost feeling and
Was-
he could barely walk now.
Was it
and I'm
because he
like,
couldn't see?
I don't know. It was crazy. He's telling me his life story, and I'm like,
Was the
oh my
accident
God.
sight related? Because it seems to be a qualifier to be a referee.
It was crazy. So you don't always get the best crews, and I would admit that it's hard to get referees nowadays. That's why you're seeing teams play Thursday night because you can't get refs.
Yeah, they did that a lot, especially after COVID when they were struggling to find referees. They started tacking on the Thursday night games. You can have a solid, 3-4 games on a Thursday night
yeah.
just based around scheduling because you need the same crew
Yeah,
or
yeah,
at least
you
people
do.
from those crews to, pick from
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Friday night games.
Well, you got
So,
some to play Saturday. You got, WYO likes to do their home Saturday games. They don't have lights.
Well, Anvil has lights now, so they don't have to worry about that
Oh, yeah.
nearly as much anymore. But back when I was in high school, they played Saturdays because they didn't have lights.
How was that?
More flags.
Well, how was that last year to home? Did you mind calling the Saturday afternoon games?
It depended. Standing up on the roof there at YO, it got pretty hot in a hurry because it's all rubber roofing up there.
Okay.
So especially early on in the season, it was quite warm all the way up top. And also we had to lift the equipment onto the roof of the press box every single game.
Oh, man.
So it was a constant game of, we really needed like a pulley system
Yeah.
off the back of it because we had to keep like handing down monitors
my
and the
God.
computer and all the cameras and the equipment, and we had to like hand it all down through that tiny little spot in the press box. Everybody got a good workout out of that one. Taking around looking, he's going to have to swallow that one. There's nowhere to go.
Going to my soapbox here, I think football should be played Friday nights. It's special under the lights.
Friday
and
night
I
lights.
love it. I think Friday's high school. I think Saturday's college, Sunday's NFL, and I'd like that. Nothing against YO and the way they do it, but something about the lights, so special. Playing under
Listen,
the
man, there's
lights.
something about that field over there, and got Bob Wolf from Field
Yeah,
now being shared with the soccer team.
they do a great job. Coach O'Neill's a friend of mine. He's an offensive line coach, incredible person. They do a great job. Wing T, baby.
Handoff once again. This time the Mules not entertaining any of it, but it looks like it's going to be a first down for the Cedars.
I really hope.
He gets about a yard more than he needed.
I hope that the Cedars can get a win before they break that record. You know that, Ryan? Before they break the record, I hope they can get that win. What's wrong?
Accidentally gave you my Lebanon roster.
Okay.
So I'm
that's-
scrambling to try to find player numbers. Buckmoyer with another first down. Clush will work out of the gun here. Puts Brydell in motion. Goes to Brydell. Brydell trying to make something happen along the sideline, and there's no space for him to work. As that was, looks like Joseph out there. At least one on the stop.
Wow.
Chase Sona's either his entire family or all of his friends, or I don't know, he's super popular with a group of youngins down here.
The ladies he's a little popular with, man. There's a lot of girls yelling for him. He's a nice safety back there. He's always in the right spot. That's the thing. You never got to worry about zone and not being in the right spot because he's always there.
5'10", $168 junior. They're going to blitz off the side here. And
Burr.
yeah, he's going to run right to the opposite side of Burr.
Still got some starters in there. A little surprising they haven't taken him out, but
Still
yeah,
Burr out
yeah,
there.
Yeah.
Still Zona out there. He takes some of the guys out. Mikey Miller, don't believe is in
Mikey
there
Miller's
anymore.
got a little ice on him, so he's probably a little dinged.
Yeah, there's no need to keep him in there at this point.
Well, I'm excited for next week. Let's see what, the Mules have earned the right now to be 4-0. They've played really good football. And now let's go see you play a Mifflin team that's kind of owns you. When's the last time the Mules beat Mifflin? Probably been a while, right?
It's been a while.
They played every year for a long time, right?
I would certainly imagine so. We'll see if Perplexity can figure it out. Yeah, it's been at least 12 straight wins for Governor Mifflin over Muhlenberg. Let's put it that way.
That's a team you haven't beat.
They lost last year 41-6, the year before 49-0. Don't think it's going to be that way next week. I'm anticipating a much closer game, but again, still don't really have much of an idea how good Governor Mifflin is. I think this week has obviously shown as we have a mule down on the field.
I think that
This week's shown CV's at the top, Exeter's at the top, everyone else fall in line.
So again, what Rod Flower said, he said we're the weakest team in the country, in the state. He said, I said the country, but the state. And then they went in the weight room, and they're much stronger. I see that on the line of scrimmage. I see that with their tackling. So now, what Coach Morrissey said at Media Day, Ryan, this is what he said. He said, at the end of the day, when you play Mifflin, you're going to bring your lunch pail because we're going to hit you every play. And that's their mindset. It's been like that for a long time.
You got to stop the run.
Stop the run. You have to.
Stop the option.
They're going to run triple option. LeBron Leaf is a dynamic runner, and he can throw it a little bit. He's got some good touchdown passes. They got a plethora of running backs that are talented. They're going to hit you. Your possessions are going to be less. You're going to have less possessions because they're going to run the ball so much that they could have possession for an entire quarter. You don't even know. You're not going to get there. So all those explosive athletes aren't going to play as much. Then I know they're going to try to stop the run. So it's going to be a battle for the Mules next week, and let's see what they're made of. If they go and get a win or even a close loss, you got to feel good about where they stand.
It's going to be the first challenge because, admittedly, you look at the schedule, and we talked about it early on that we saw the schedule, and we're like, hey, man, 4-0. 4-0. We looked at the schedule and was like,
we said they should be 4-0.
They would be hard-pressed not to have 4 wins to open the season. Just looking at who they're playing, there's no excuse for them not to have 4 wins.
And they took care of business.
I mean, we had the conversation about they can reach 5 wins.
Yeah.
Then if you're reaching 5 wins and, you can include losses to CV and Exeter in your schedule, right? Finish 8-2. You're still in districts.
Yes,
you're still in districts
absolutely.
at 7-3.
I know.
They take 12 teams. So you have a winning record. Getting to 5 is half the battle, literally. You get 5 wins, you got to pick up a couple more in the back half of the schedule, and it's certainly doable. You got E-Town back there.
Yeah,
you can beat E-Town.
E-Town is I think they're a much improved team, but they're still very beatable.
No, I'm just talking about, beatability. You have E-Town, you have Ephrata, who we've seen is beatable
So
this
let's go to the schedule.
week.
So they have next week Mifflin. So is
Academy Park won't count, but
Mifflin. Then you have E-Town, and then you got Exeter, which is going to be a battle. And then you have Ephrata, but then you have Academy Park, which was a shootout last year. And then you got
53-38. Flag on the field again. Dead ball fell.
You got to feel good. So, if you can get to at least, after this 4-0, if you can get to 6 wins, 7 wins, you're going to make the playoffs and have a playoff game. And that would be incredible compared to where they were as a program.
First time in a dozen years. It's been 2013 since they've
won a playoff game.
Districts.
I assume they have, right?
I'd
not
have
a
to
Mules
scratch
guy.
a claw a
I
little bit
don't
further
know this
back than that.
I don't know the history. I remember, when I was coaching at York High, we were the first. In 2006, they won a playoff game for the first time ever, so that was a big deal. If they haven't won a playoff game ever, at least they haven't won one in a long time. Once you get that read in.
Yeah, we will. Klisch in the gun. Looking to his left, firing, and nearly a diving catch, and we're going to have another flag thrown back around the line of scrimmage, because why not? Anyway, flags suck. You know what doesn't?
What?
Burgers at Birdie's. How about that transition?
I love Birdie's.
That's Emmy level at the very least. Fresh, never frozen beef, seasoned to perfection. Salt and pepper, please. exquisite brioche bun that doesn't quit. I'm not going to, never mind. Jerry shouldn't allow me to do live reads because that almost turned bad. Toppings that mean business. The result, a burger so good it defies expectation. Live bands, cold drinks, friendly crowd that knows what's good. And we got Birdies in. Got a handful of things at Birdies. The Amigos are back on Saturday. Got the Birds and Chiefs Sunday. Bike night on Monday. Open mic Tuesday. Trivia Wednesday. Be sure to go visit them at 160 Old Friedensburg Road, sorry. Because it was the new Birdies Inn at the Old Friedensburg Road. Now it's just Birdies. But 160 Old Friedensburg in Exeter, where they remind you to have fun and be kind.
Oh, writing it down here.
Zona will check out here. Looking to be a little hitching his giddy up leaving the field.
Columbia's going to beat Lancaster Catholic, upset of the year, 23-0. They're going to upset them. Crazy.
Not often that Lancaster Catholic's getting shut out of literally any sport.
Yeah, it's crazy. They
Ball on the field.
Columbia broke their 13-game losing streak dating back to last year. And now they're going to win 2 in a row, it looks like.
Klisch finding Elijah Reed. Sorry, Klisch taking over for Elijah Reed. That is listed correctly. Reed was at quarterback for a good part of the season before swapping. He had one catch coming into today's contest. Now he's a couple here tonight.
I think it was a good call. Reed had 176 yards passing, 3 picks. But Klisch gave him a spark. The kid's a gutsy player back there.
He can run a little bit, too.
I think
he's done a nice job on that read option.
I think Klisch, Klisch is he's a better quarterback than, no offense to anybody Daniel Boone had. I mean, he's a nice little quarterback. He ain't bad. Buckmoyer now.
Buckmoyer ahead for what could be a first down.
Yeah, like you said, they
You'll
got
get
some
it?
good players. They do have flashes with Buckmoyer and Bridell and Klisch.
Just not enough.
Just
It's
not
not enough. And, it's just like the Mules that, sure, they had Mikey Miller a couple years ago, but when you can key in on 1, 2 guys maybe, that was before they had Giovanna. Or, they didn't have him running around out there.
Let me ask you this question. Would you consider moving Lebanon down? Move them down to Section 4 or 5 to play smaller schools that maybe they can compete against? And that's tough because those teams are mad because
now you're talking
because
almost pro-rel here in Lancaster Lebanon League.
No,
I'm here to have that discussion.
No, I'm just saying like now you're ticked off. You're like Catholic. Like we're a 2A team now? We got to play a 5A team. That's not fair. But when they back like 4 or 5 years ago, they did move them down for a couple years and they won some games.
Might have to again.
Oh, we got a timeout.
All right. While we have a timeout, we have to do the Advanced Comfort Specialist Heat Check play of the game. I won't necessarily say that it is a
Heat
play
check.
of the game. Oh, sorry. Excuse you. Excuse you. I don't know. I would have to say it's that first down and 40 that they ended up converting on and scoring. I don't know.
Yeah, I give the Cam Small. I talked to his parents. I said, I don't even know how he scored there. And his dad goes, I don't know. That was incredible. So, yeah, I think I would give that play there.
So there you go. Your Advanced Comfort Specialist Heat Check play of the game. Really, it's kind of plays of the game because it was 3 plays after that. Mikey Miller gets in, scores. They get 2 penalties for 30 yards back-to-back after the fact. So they march him back for a first down and 40, and they score a touchdown. So I don't see how we can't. In a game that has had a handful of moments, haven't had like the big gigantic plays. Like it hasn't been the 70-yard touchdowns today. Got a little defensive touchdown action out of Mikey Miller on the pick 6. Not too bad. You're looking for a player of the game?
Yeah, who should it be?
I'm going to
go ahead. You said.
I'm going to go with Mikey Miller because
Yeah, I
we
think
always
so.
give it to Cam Small.
I think Mickey Miller.
So, Cam, we love you. Sorry to Cam's parents,
So what Mickey Miller? He had a
but
pick 6.
I'm going with Mikey Miller only because Mikey now has, and Lebanon going to be about a yard short here as Jose Castillo nearly getting in. they'll have a chance here with 32 seconds left. But yeah, Mikey Miller has a rushing touchdown. Also has the pick 6 as well. So doing it on both ends is Mikey this evening.
And in Lebanon,
And he's had like, he's had about 79 yards on the ground, to the best of my knowledge.
Receiving yards? Okay.
Goose egg.
Okay, 79 your rushing yards plus the pick 6.
Rushing
Lebanon,
touchdown, pick 6.
I would say Brydell.
I would say Brydell as well.
Because he had a touchdown. Brydell. Okay.
And he didn't leave the ball on the turf like Klisch did. So, yeah, I'd say Brydell is your guy for player of the game. So
I'll ask him how to say it.
So there you go. Yeah. Well, now we'll know for next time. And well, he's a senior anyway. So
next time. Maybe if you call Cedars game in the winter or the spring.
Yeah, that's an interesting topic you brought up. Promotion relegation in the Lancaster Lebanon League. I think that they should be able to move some of those teams.
Here's why.
Up and down a little bit.
When the head coach of Central York used to be at Lebanon, they were moved down. About 6-7 years ago, they were played down in the lower section. And so it ticks off the small schools, though, because they don't want to play a bigger school. But, you know, I'm just saying.
Well, it ticks off the schools that also have to move up, too. You know,
Right,
that was Wyo's whole
right.
thing. Is
Right.
Wyo dominating at 3A, and now all of a sudden PIAA is like, hey, guys, you're doing a little too well. You need to bump it up to 4A.
So like.
Yeah, you get the a little bit of complaining there as the inside carry going once again to Buckmoyer, who plunges forward for the touchdown.
I think you'd have to make the case you'd have to move them down to Section 4 because Wyo missing would probably they couldn't compete against. Twin Valley they couldn't compete against. LS they couldn't. Octorara, Donegal, yes. Elko possibly. Northern Lebanon, yes. Daniel Boone, yes. So you'd have to move them down and then maybe move like Wyo missing or a Twin Valley up to 2.
Yeah, I don't know.
And those teams would be so mad.
Those teams would be really
Yeah.
mad. I mean,
So
I could see drop into 3.
But then 3, they're not going to have a chance either because Warwick's better than, well, I guess Conrad Weiser, but Slanko's better. Garden Spot's better than them.
Then you're only moving them one section instead of multiples.
Yeah.
As Lebanon Buckmoyer will get in for 2.
You can
Make it 55-21.
You can make a case that
Maybe
Muhlenberg.
a lot of cases.
You can make Muhlenberg, Reading, and McCaskey. You can move down.
Why don't you just ship them to the York Adams League?
No, but you know what I mean? Like, you can make the case. McCaskey hasn't had a winning season. I coach her for 3 years in a long time.
It's been a while.
Reading hasn't had a winning season in a long time. Penn Manor, you know, a little better. Not Penn Manor, but you can make the case that McCaskey and Reading and Lebanon should be moved down.
Well, why don't you move somebody like Exeter or Conestoga Valley up instead? How about that?
Yeah, but they won't want that.
Exactly. You
All
try to
right.
find a team that wants to go play up.
All right.
That'll do it. 55-21, your final score here. As the clock winds all the way down to 0. And the Mules officially 4-0 to start this season. We're going to go send Pat down to the field. Again, a handful of things all going on here. He's got the plaques to hand out. Your players of the game will be Mikey Miller and Britell, from Burdell. Oh my gosh, I haven't said it the same way twice. I'm pretty sure the entire evening either. Pat's gonna figure out how to say it, so we'll leave it to him. But then again, also your advanced comfort specialist heat check play of the game was your first down and 40 that the Mules converted on. Going down the field in 3 plays, punctuated with a Cam Small touchdown, was your advanced comfort specialist heat check play of the game. Stop worrying about surprise breakdowns. With Advanced Comfort Specialist preventative maintenance plans, you'll get priority scheduling, discounted repairs, and peace of mind all year long. Sign up today with Advanced Comfort Specialists on the web at advancedcomfortspecialist.com or call 610-224-9756. Advanced Comfort Specialists, our passion is your comfort. And again, thank you to the Birdies Inn at 160 Old Friedensburg Road in Exeter for some of the best burgers in Berks. The Mules, you can't see it based on where the camera's at, but paying love with the alma mater in front of the home crowd here. and the band, everyone with their helmets off, paying tribute. Coaching staff with their hats off, paying tribute for that matter. And Pat squeaking his way onto the field as we speak. You can see Pat out there. I think he was trying to get Lebanon first. We'll eventually get there, but heck of a game here by the Mules. Again, they improved to 4-0. I'll take a quick peek at the scoreboard updates. While we await, you can see Pat dancing out there at midfield. Please hope that Jerry stays on long enough to clip that. But we'll take a look around the Lancaster-Lebanon League for recapping this one again. Final scores all over the place. Hempfield beat McCaskey 56-6. Cedar Crest over Penn Manor 40-15. Wilson blanked Reading 49-0. Conestoga Valley, that score held from halftime 31-7 over Ephrata. Exeter beat Governor Mifflin 43-15. This one, of course, finishing 55-21. Section 3 action. Warwick dropping to Solanco 35-7. Cacalico squeaking past Garden Spot 29-24. Talked earlier on the broadcast about Cacalico 0-3, but only losing those games by single-digit margins. Finally winning one by single-digit margins. Weiser leading Fleetwood 26-23. That one, the Scouts coming back. Fleetwood Tigers were in control of that game, and Weiser making a run at it here. Twin Valley blanked Elko in Section 4 action 60-0. Lampeter Strasburg over Donegal 30-20. That game a little bit closer than I was anticipating. Donegal, when we were there 2 years ago, not very good. LS, perpetual favorites in Section 4. They'll have their work cut out for them. Twin Valley again, 60-0. Wyo 42-0 over Northern Lebanon. Octorara 42. Daniel Boone 28. Section 5, Columbia blanking Lancaster Catholic 29-0. Berks Catholic blanking Pequay Valley 41-0. Anvil Cleona with a shutout as well, 42-0 over Hamburg. Schuylkill Valley leading Kutztown 35-28. That one's heated up late here in the fourth. Township over Plymouth White Marsh 34-24 in the fourth. And Manheim Central 21-6 over Bermudian Springs. That one's also gone final. Then, of course, E-Town at South Philly. That one tomorrow afternoon at noon. So there's your scoreboard update across the board here. Taking a peek at the stats. These are relatively unofficial. I have Baez for about $119 through the air, including 2 scores. Cam Small, I have at 15 touches for 181 yards. Again, all subject to change, but nearly 200 on the ground for Cam. Mikey Miller, 79 on the ground himself. So they were getting things done. Nearly 300 on the ground, well over 250 went the Mules here this evening. And then through the air, Small with the 47-yard pitch and catch from Baez. That was the first throwing touchdown of the game. Lacey with a couple. Coley with a touchdown pitch catch as well. 25 yards on that broken scramble play. He just went up the seam, and they were able to find him. We have Pat down on the field. Not sure if he's quite ready to go, Led. He's looking. He's screaming for Mikey Miller if you can't hear him. Screeching for Mikey Miller is more like it. Pat's still looking for Mikey. Now I realize why he couldn't find Mikey Miller, because he didn't have his jersey on. You couldn't find the number 18 anywhere, except for on his helmet. It's Mikey Miller, your player of the game.
Okay, all right. Mikey Miller here. You were here before, at Southbourne when you guys won one game. Now you're a senior, you're 4-0. How's that feel?
It feels amazing. We've been working for this the whole offseason.
Pick 6. Tell me what you read on that play.
It's film. I've been watching film, and I read the play pre-snap, and I bit on it and jumped in and came on to pick 6.
That was an incredible play that you had. Well, for your efforts, we're going to make you the player of the game. It's a Vedum night. If you know much about the Vedum Club here, it's a great club, does a lot of good, but we want to honor you with the player of the game. Well deserved.
Thank you.
A couple more questions. What would you call yourself? A running back, receiver, ball player, athlete, whatever?
Football player.
Football player?
Football player. That's it.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is Coach Flowers preaching to you guys week in and week out to keep you guys motivated?
100% at everything you do, at anything you do, it's always at 100%. And that's what we strive for 100% every play.
Okay. I'm not going to try to get you in trouble. What was the 2 penalties they called on you right there? I thought that was ridiculous. You don't got to get yourself in trouble, but I don't understand why they called those.
They called one a chop block, and I don't remember what the other one was.
Okay. You made a great catch on that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you had a rushing touchdown today, too. So congrats. Good luck going forward. We got Montgomery Mifflin next week. That's going to be a battle. And it's so exciting to see you guys play week in, week out. I was here when you guys went 1-9, and I'm so proud of you for sticking it out. And good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Yep, congratulations on the player of the game.
We'll follow Pat here, and he'll shake hands. And now we have Lebanon's player of the game.
Game for both sides. Malachi Brydell, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to tell my announcer. I thought it was Brydell. Partner up there. I remember seeing you the last couple of years, and I think you're a talented receiver. Can you talk about what kind of receiver you are, what kind of player you are?
I'm a receiver, that can make plays, just give me open space, I'm going to go get it every time. I try my best to catch every single ball that gets thrown at me, and yeah.
Okay, that touchdown pass you caught, that was incredible, right? What did you do? You knew you were going to beat him off the ball right off the ball and just ran right by him?
I seen him playing inside of me, and I know that my speed, I'm not cocky, but I know that I have good speed, and I got to the outside of him, and I just ran under it and caught the ball and scored.
You run track?
Yeah, I run track.
Yeah, you better, man, with that speed, man. Where you get the wheels from, Mom or Dad?
Mom.
Mom, oh, there you go. You got to tell the dad, hey, I got the wheels. Can you guys talk about your mindset? I know it's been a rough couple years with the losses and stuff. What is your guys' mindset? You guys didn't quit. You were trying to score at the end and kept going. Can you talk about that mindset that you guys have under a new coach this year?
Yeah, we try our hardest. I know everybody looks at the record and everything, but we really have been putting in the work this year. I know we're not winning the games, but you could tell that we're putting in the effort and not giving up when it counts. So we're putting more points up than we did last year, and I'm proud of my guys. We come to work every day, and hopefully we get a win soon.
Okay, well, I'm really happy and proud of you. I've seen you play for a while. You're a heck of an athlete. Good luck the rest of the year, and I'm going to be your guys' #1 fan the rest of the year. I'd love to see you guys get a win.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, here you go. Enjoy the player of the year of the game. Thank you so much. That is so cool that you guys are doing player of the games for both sides, Coach Flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's pretty awesome too, man.
Can you?
I just think both programs and individuals from both sides need to have an opportunity to get recognized, man. These are still young men, still young high school kids.
So last year you won 4 games. This year you already got 4-0. How's it feel?
It feels really good, man. We just had so many errors tonight, mistakes, man, self-inflicted. I think it was 15 penalties, man. That's too much, man. You can't if you want to be a really good team and get to the goals that we had this year, we cannot have 15 penalties in the game. But I'm really happy about the guys. We're 4-0, man. We're 4-0.
Yeah, I said that on the broadcast. When you play a better team, you got to clean that stuff up, and that's something I'm sure that's going to be a point of emphasis this week.
It's not even about who we're playing, man. It's about ourselves. Like you can't go every single week getting more and more penalties, and some of the penalties are happening because our guys are playing through the whistle and a little bit longer. Some of them are happening like that. Some of them are just stupid errors that we're making. We got to stop doing that stupidness, man.
Yeah, I'm sure that's a frustrating part. Tonight, though, I thought offensively you guys rolling again with the Cameron Small. I don't know how he scored on that screen pass.
Oh man,
how did he score?
I heard our offensive coordinator, Coach Burkett, say, "Oh man, we don't have that in the playbook." So
I
that was
don't
just
know
a great
how
play
he
by him.
scored. I met his parents at halftime. They were very nice people, and his dad goes, "I don't know how he scored. That was an incredible play." And every week I'm just amazed by Small and the way he makes plays. But we gave the player of the game to Miller because I think Mikey Miller's epitomizes this team. When he was a sophomore, he was on a 1-win team, and now you guys are 4-0.
Yeah.
And he made a great touchdown catch that sadly got called back. He had rushing touchdown. They had the big pick 6. Can you talk about what he means to this team?
Oh, Mike means a lot to this team, man. I'm most excited about his pick 6 today.
Yeah.
We've been asking him to make more plays on the defensive side, so I'm so glad he was able to do it, man. But he's dynamic, man. He's able to run it from the backfield. He's able to run a jet sweep like he did. He's able to catch the ball down the field. So I'm really happy with him and his progression or his progress this year.
I think that his tackling has gotten better. I've seen him make several open field tackles that maybe last year or the year before he didn't make.
Yep, correct. His tackling, he's just got better as a football player regardless.
I thought Baez threw the ball great today. At times, still some stuff to work on, but, he's a learning quarterback. Oh, other thing I was going to say, the no huddle. I love the little no huddle wrinkle. Can you guys talk about that?
Oh, yeah, it's something we practice all the time. We tried it, I think, 2 weeks ago or last week, and, it got them today because they had a lot of two-way guys. So we wanted to take advantage of some of that.
Okay, now, off the field here, tonight was a VEDM night for Muhlenberg. As a teacher, I've been teaching 20 years, and I used to be part of a VEDM club. I know how the impact is. Can you talk about the VEDM club and what it means to you to make it a part of the night and to honor those students and the club advisors?
I just think it's a needed program and club that we have in our school district. I think it should be in every school district. You have to keep in mind, man, that we're still dealing with high school students. Like we're still dealing with grades 9 through 12, 7 through 12 with our VEDM. So we have to make sure we're tapping into the minds and hearts of our individual students, man. And, again, like making it part of our evening tonight was just highlighting what we have going on here at Muhlenberg, and that's a big deal. Our district is doing things that are in the best interest of our students, and that's important.
Yeah, great. Well, thank you so much, Coach. We'll see you next week.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Appreciate
Yep.
it.
Well, back to us up top here. Pat will have to hurry back. Him and his. Does he have a little cowlick going on in the back there? Anyway, 55-21 your final score. The Mules coming up a touchdown short of their school record of 62 points. Set all the way back against Twin Valley way back when. Actually, I can tell you exactly what it was. That was against Twin Valley all the way back. I'm sorry, just saying goodbye to everyone up here in the box. 62 points against Twin Valley back in '99. Their largest victory was 55-0. So, certainly they've gotten close here the past couple of games for sure to at least touching some of those types of records. And in game number 800 here, not too shabby. Win number 416 as a program. Looking for their 43rd winning season. Out of 80 seasons to date coming in here, this will be number 81. I'm looking for their 43rd winning season in PIAA history. That is still a long way out, but as we showed you here this evening, they put up 21 against the Mules. No team has been able to put up 21 against the Mules all season long here, so they're not the worst team that you've ever seen, despite the North Texas level of futility. There's still some talent thrown in there, and they'll have a chance to make some waves here towards the end of the season. Hopefully, scrap one out and catch a team by surprise.
Lebanon?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Coach Flowers was not happy.
I told you it wasn't gonna be.
15 penalties. And when I asked
Oh,
him
I'm
about
glad
Baez,
somebody was keeping track.
Well, when I asked him about Baez, he was like, oh. He was not happy. I think he thinks, as teenagers tend to do, they might have been looking ahead a little bit. That Mifflin matchup, it's going to be a battle next week. I can't wait. Get me to next Friday. I can't wait for that game. I'm so excited to see how the Mules do. And I'm excited to see Mifflin because they're a good team too. And they're 2-2. But they lost to Exeter. And they lost to somebody else really good. I can't remember off the top of my head. But they're a really good team too. And it's going to be a battle.
Well, the Mules finally getting into league play coming up here against Governor Mifflin. So
No, this is a league game tonight.
well, it's league, but not section play. I was trying to get it section play.
Lebanon's in our
sorry,
section.
hang on. Where am I going with this?
Yeah, come on, dude. Come on, Skippy.
Gotta pull it together. I got so many different tabs pulled up
This
here.
is in their league. They're
Sorry,
in the league.
I got so many different tabs pulled up here. Let me get this straight again. Good Lord.
Ryan Lineweaver, get your stuff. It's Section 2. Section 2 is Conestoga Valley, Ephrata, Exeter,
You're good.
Muhlenberg,
So,
E-Town. Governor Mifflin and Lebanon. So they're 1-0 in their section.
They are 1-0 in their section. They have not had more than one victory in league play since 2017 under Pat Sisk.
Wow.
That was also their last winning season was 2017, where they went 6-5.
And they went 3-3 in league.
They went 3-3 in league play,
That was
back-to-back
Berks.
seasons.
That was not the
And that was not Lancaster Lebanon
yeah,
League.
yeah,
That was all Berks.
That was a little bit different.
The last time, going back to when they had a winning league record, you'd have to look back at, can you guess the year? 2013. It's the year that we keep bringing up. They were also 8-4 that year. The last time that they went to district playoffs. It was also the last time that they had a winning record in league play as well. So,
I mean, they were really good in the 2000s. I'm seeing. Like I said, I was
They
growing
were?
up in Ohio. So
look
they
at that.
Wow.
7-3,
Wow.
9-2, 9-2, 9-3, 7-4, 10-3, and of course, all of these games, over 10 means you're in the playoffs.
Right.
You got extra games tacked on there at the end, so that was the standard here at Muhlenberg, and Coach Rob Flowers, talking to him, obviously wants to make it the standard again. And
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
they're well on their way. We'll find out a lot more about this team next week. They can come out and shock the world again, go beat the tar out of Governor Mifflin, and then Mike Drago is going to be forced to write about him when he talks about Section 2. Talking about the top teams here. You got 4 undefeated teams in Section 2. Only 3 of them got written about. I'm just saying, it wasn't the Mules. They included a quote from Rob Flowers. They pay him love in other articles, but that one in particular.
We love you, Mike Drago, though.
We do love Mike Drago. I'm just saying, that's bulletin board material for my guys. You print it out, being like, look at this. Contenders in Section 2, Muhlenberg, need not apply. I'd be looking at that the rest of the year and wearing that as a chip on my shoulder a little bit going forward. But
I'm excited to see what they do against Mifflin. Mifflin runs like I mentioned, triple option. A lot of times, when I used to coach, you wouldn't even practice your defense practice with the ball because you want them to have somebody take the quarterback, somebody take the dive man, somebody take the pitch man, and so it's going to require the defense to be disciplined. They got to be disciplined because if you're not disciplined, what they're going to do is they're going to get a big break and score a big touchdown. So,
well, we'll see how it all shakes out, but we'll be right here once again at home. 6 more home games, Pat.
Let's go, baby.
6 more home games. I'm going to get cozy. I'm going to bring a lazy boy.
I don't think I'm going home. I'm just going to
stay
here.
We're going to get comfy up here in this press box. But 4-0, go to the Mules here tonight. 55-21, your final score. We'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We'll be right here on the Mules Sports Network.
Same birdie ad.
Same birdie ad. Well, it'll be a different birdie ad. I'll read a different birdie ad next week. Don't worry. But, the Mules going to 4-0. First time, long time. And looking to keep that rolling next week where they finally get into really kind of the meat and potatoes of their section schedule against Governor Mifflin. 6:45 on air.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait. Thank you to everyone for listening in. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to Jerry. Thank you to Chris, to Bradley.
You got the name.
And to Pat. For everyone else here, I'm Ryan Lineweaver. Thanks for tuning in. See you next week.
Thank you for joining us for Muhlenberg Mules football on the Mules Sports Network. Brought to you by Birdie's Inn, where they remind you to have fun and be kind. Goosehead Insurance, the Coley Insurance Group. Advanced Comfort Specialists supplying all of your HVAC needs. And Borelli's Creperie, Deli, and Market in Flying Hill. Join us all season long for Mule Sports Network coverage of your Muhlenberg Mules. This has been a presentation of Jerry Gelliff Media. Good night.